Let's see. Let's wait for Twitch to go live. There we go. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Akelon here, and welcome back to each and one of you. And of course, if you're watching this over on YouTube, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, click the link in the description down below to join the revolution. You can come over to Twitch. It's always better when it's live. I cannot state that enough. It is always better when it is live. I have nothing planned for today. No, I'm lying. I do have stuff planned for today. But we'll see where chat wants to take this one. To say that things just get more interesting is probably an understatement. At this point, at least. It's a dumpster fire, boys. It's a dumpster fire. I don't know if it can be fixed. That is one of the things I do want to talk about today. Is I don't know if these issues and issues like this one can effectively be fixed. But we'll see, right? We'll discuss it and see if there's a way out of this, I guess, for Blizzard. Don't know though. Do not know. I did want to play some Baldur's Gate today, but at the same time, maybe we don't play games. I don't know. I'm very skeptical when it comes to playing games on stream. I don't do game streams all that often, so whenever I do, it's sort of new territory for me. It's interesting though. It seems like I'm streaming for myself. Oh well, that's it. That's the end of the road. Zane, how you doing, brother? Let me just fix a couple of things here. There we go. Done and done. Solid Snake, how you doing, brother? Are you gonna participate in the log out? I've been logged out for 2 weeks. So sure. Can I just not log in though? Like, is that also, like, can I count that as me participating in the logout? Because I've been logged out for 2 weeks. I've not logged into WoW in 2 weeks. So I guess I started this protest long before everyone else, I suppose. You know, how you doing, brother? Wild Boy, how you doing? SBC, how you doing? Good man, just getting baked and chilling before bed. Nice. Did you see the breach is done with WoW? Yes, Scrappy Coco, I did see that. We'll probably talk about that today. We'll talk a little bit about Blizzard as well. I see Wildboy already discovered one of the new emotes that Furorius is working on. John, how you doing, brother? So yeah, we've got a couple of new emotes for all of you. Foul Druid, how you doing, brother? They're asking you to log in so the data numbers show solidarity. Oh. Oh my fuck. Are you so I should seriously fucking log into WoW? Oh my god. I can't think of a worse thing to do. Malthrax, how you doing? Arnold, how you doing? Vejriard, how you doing? Gamble, how you doing? Grand Nagas, how's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you guys here. Okay, fine. Fucking fine. I'll log into World of Warcraft. I'll do it. Okay, Dean. Thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's nearly 11 p.m. here, and I just wake up. Just ordered a pizza from Domino's. Nice. Pikarku, how you doing? It's a trap. Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like I'm being bullied into playing World of Warcraft. I'll log in and I'll log right back out. How's that? Will that be good enough? Because I don't necessarily... I don't believe in protests, just FYI. This is like the first ever protest I've ever joined. Because chat's making me. I am the guy that basically crosses the picket line or whatever the fuck it's called. Because I don't care. I think at the end of the day, simply being outraged at someone and making that clear is all you have to do. Because I don't see how logging in and logging out is achieving anything. I think that's why I don't understand. I don't see how it's achieving. If I'm not logging in, because Blizzard's just gonna, you know what Activision is gonna do. Activision is just gonna twist it. They're gonna stop counting the engagement numbers right when everyone logs off, and then they're gonna tell their shareholders, look how many people were online. So, you know, they're just gonna fucking twist it. You just know they're gonna twist it. But it's fine. I will do this, and then that's my protest done for the day. So here we go. Here we go. I'm logging into WoW. I'm already hating my life. Fuck me. Well, look at my character. So nice. Apocalypse, how you doing? As soon as I'm in here, I'm fucking right out of here. Loading screen's taking extra long. You see Blizzard's now padding the engagement numbers here. Oh, he's on. Loading screen shouldn't take this long at all to fucking get going. Lofi Lord, how you doing, brother? And done. Good enough? Yay. Now you fucking close Battle.net as well. Oh, man. GG. I've partaken in my in the logout, whatever the fuck that means. Lambden, how you doing, brother? Hey, the Judas, how you doing, brother? Balaptica, how you doing? Thank you for the follow, really appreciate that. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like no, I didn't uninstall. I have no interest in uninstalling the game. I'm still covering the lore for the game. There is a couple of things that I'm probably gonna start changing slightly. Small changes though. I'll probably start covering a bit more other games as well, right? And if it ever gets to the point where the other games completely take over and Blizzard doesn't fix their shit, then, you know, I'll just stick with the other games effectively. Aureus, how you doing? Side of me that hates this new let's protest everything movement the last few years. Faldred, I see what you mean. We're going to be talking about all of that today. Losing Preach is a massive deal. And I really hope that there are developers that take note of the fact that Breach have left, and that there are developers that is watching the Breach video. Germanio, how you doing? Jury Carver, how you doing? Wildren, how you doing? Everything that Breach said, I could not have said better myself. There has, I don't think, ever been a more brazen example over the course of the last 4 years of Blizzard absolutely viewing their players as the enemy. For some reason, someone at Blizzard decided that the player is the enemy and the players can go fuck themselves. And everything they do seems to be fuck the players. Who gives a shit about the players? Not Warhammer lore. Probably not. Not immediately. There would have to be first a Warhammer game that I am interested in playing, Apocalypse. Lovilo, the reason Breach leaving is such a big deal is if Blizzard were to lose most of their content creators, World of Warcraft also loses most of their advertising, right? So it is, and Breach have been a massive, massive pillar of this community for a long time. So him leaving is a massive deal. No, I want to start doing like a bit more things that I love. For example, so bit more first impression videos, you know, like playing all manner of games, doing first impressions of those, maybe some reviews of games. MMO news in general is something that I really care about, that I think would be fun to explore and see if I can get better at covering the news in that regard, We've got the second channel set up now. Landon, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Really appreciate that. 3 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Smokin, how you doing? We've got the second channel set up now, the Clips channel, with basically all of the clips from every live stream goes onto that channel. So if you're ever looking for like just short 10-minute videos, not even, some of them is like 6-7 minutes long, of just quick discussions, that channel definitely for you. Working on that one. I've got a third channel that I'm busy setting up that's going to deal more with sort of drama stuff, right? So all the drama in Twitch and gaming and content creators and life and basically everything else that I care about and that I'm very passionate about, but that doesn't really fit the main channel. That will go on to Akko Does Life, which is not the final name, it's just the name that's reserved now. But yeah, I'm sort of, I think all content creators right now is looking, I think all content creators is a little bit afraid of what the future may or may not hold, right? Especially considering the fact that it does not appear as if Blizzard is going to take the right lessons from all of this. The Lost Souls, honestly, Akalon? You think so, Mr. Smoker? Speaking of clips, Alex showed me his work from last night. That was hype. Alex is getting, like, very cheeky with his designs, Apocalypse. I really think Ian needs to go back to leading encounter design and give the job to someone who understands what players want. I think you'll be surprised how little they understand what players actually want. And I don't think it's just Ian. I think there's not a single person at Blizzard anymore that understands what the players want. I think they are all basically lost. Right? That's my genuine belief, is that Blizzard have spent such a long time basically alienating and vilifying their player base that there's no saving it. There's no saving this, not with the current team, and it all is encapsulated in this single tweet. This tweet, we spoke about this yesterday. This encapsulated everything that is wrong with Blizzard Entertainment. Everything. From the fucking top right down to the bottom. You have Alex here going, if your reaction to everything going on right now is to complain that the next patch is going to take longer to release, then you need to take a step back and realize that you are part of the problem. You are telling paying customers that how dare they demand their money's worth. I'm sorry. I wasn't certain that I wasn't sure. You know, when I gave you my money, I was giving it to you so that you can fucking harass women. I was like giving it. I literally signed up every month so that you could. Of course, I fucking gave you the money for the game. No one said that you should take my dime and fucking waste it on harassing women. Because that's effectively what they did. They took our money and then spent it on booze and harassing women. Now we're going, listen here, where's our fucking content? And they go, oh wait, you're part of the problem. No, we're not, asshole. Our money was supposed to go to content, not to you fondling fucking women without their consent. What even are you saying? But it's not Alex alone. This is Blizzard. This is what Blizzard have become. We, the players, are their enemies. And we should go fuck ourselves. They have zero respect for our time, zero respect for our money. Instead, they seem to believe that they're somehow above it all. Like, we owe them the money. Somehow. Like, somehow we owe them. We don't owe you shit, bro. You owe us. What pisses me off even more about this, and it's actually something that I wanted to write to him, but he closed his comments. I pay his fucking salary. Like, if it wasn't for me, he would not have a job. And yet somehow he's blaming me for this shit. Like, somehow this is my fault that other people couldn't keep their hands to themselves. My issue is, and I don't think this issue is unfounded. Blizzard is not gonna take the right lessons from all of this. They're gonna continue to be completely obnoxious and arrogant, with no regard for players, for the players' experience or for player feedback. Like, they don't give a fuck. They're just gonna continue doing. Right now, Blizzard believes that their only real problem is the sexual harassment stuff. I was watching Breach's video, and he spoke about how there's genuinely employees at Blizzard that is shocked that players are unhappy with domination shards, claiming that domination shards is basically tier sets. Now, with that level of your head that far up your fucking ass syndrome, how are you ever going to make a good fucking game? If your head is so far up your asshole that you believe domination shards is basically tier sets, well, in that case, fire is basically water. Or maybe we should use an example that works better for Blizzard. In that case, right, sexual harassment is basically pre-consent fondling. What the fuck are you talking about? They're not even in the same class of things. Like, it's not even close to the same thing. Tier sets is something that you knew you were going to get. You knew exactly what you were going to get. You knew how powerful you were going to be after you got 4 of them. Domination shards is something, it's like fucking, it's not even in the same ballpark as the same thing. But that's the problem with Blizzard. They have lost touch with their community. They've lost touch with their game. They have no idea what their game is supposed to be about. Just zero idea.
Domination shard is one of the stupidest things. It had all the flaws of tier sets, but none of the good things of tier sets.
It's not even that it had all the flaws of tier sets, because tier sets, the only flaw that tier sets had was Blizzard's design of them. It's the fact that Blizzard's design of these things were broken. And for some reason, even though... So, why did Blizzard remove tier sets? Their own reasoning. I'm giving you literally word for word their own fucking reasoning. Blizzard believed that tier sets used to be great when their, gear was sort of hard to get come by. But once people just got showered with gear, tier sets no longer mattered. Okay, so basically what you're telling me is the reason you don't like tier sets is because people get them too fast. Well, then fucking slow them down. You didn't have to remove them. And more importantly, you didn't have to come up with every other system that is so much RNG that it breaks the player's will to fucking play. Right? Just slow down the acquisition of gear sets. Maybe make your raids a little bit harder. Maybe make so that it doesn't drop as fucking often. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe tie them to the profession system. So in other words, professions are the only ones that can make tier sets. In order to make a tier set, you have to kill the boss a number of times to collect all of the mats required to fucking craft the tier set. Suddenly, you fix 2 of your biggest problems. But no, we can't think of those issues. And again, all of this boils down to what I literally just heard. I think it was Balular, or it may have been Breach's video. One of the two. Don't quote me on who it was, but it was one of those 2 people. Spoke to people at Blizzard and basically found out how World of Warcraft currently is designed. You guys will not believe what I'm about to fucking tell you. World of Warcraft's design, the entirety of World of Warcraft is designed by a few people at the top. They basically go into a room before every expansion. They come up with the entire idea for the game. All of the systems are going in, and then they pass it along to all of the departments. The departments simply work on whatever these few people decided. That's not how you design a game. A game is about collaboration. It's about trying different things and eventually taking the things that works. The reason Blizzard is failing is because you have a few people in a room coming up with the fucking worst ideas imaginable, right? And no one pushing back. Not a single person going, the fuck is this? Rabiat, thank you very much for the tail and something really fucking appreciate. 33 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not a single person pushes back and says, hey, this is stupid. This is a somewhat stupid idea. No. Who gives a fuck, right? I'll be home in 10 minutes. All right, freak. I'll wait for you. The problem is just Blizzard sadly cannot realize their own... They do not seem to realize their own shortcomings. They do not seem to realize where they're failing. And I do not believe that this issue is going to teach them that. Genuinely don't think they're going to learn anything. I don't even want to talk about the fucking disaster that is the lore. As someone that loves the lore, I love the lore as much as Preach loves raiding, right? And I'm sorry to say, but I think that the people that's been fucked the most over the last 3 years is us, the lore people. Like, sure, the raiders got it hard, but at least they got good raids throughout the course of the last 3 years. We started well, right? And ever since Sylvanas have burnt down the tree, it's all basically fucked downhill faster than you could ever imagine. Like, it's... When Sylvanas burnt the tree, the world was so filled with opportunity. And it is basically all boiled down to nothing. Like, it's the biggest cock tease in the history of the world. The absolute biggest cock tease in this. We had this build up. World of Warcraft was slowly removing its clothes. We were so excited. We were looking. You know, this was going to be the moment for us. We're going to have sex for the very first time. We were excited. We were looking at this in anticipation. And then the mom arrived to pick you up. And you're like, fuck my life. I was about to lose my virginity. What the hell? This is exactly it. We get... I don't even know how to voice this without being very, very angry and ranty about it. First we have Sylvanas, right? Every decision she makes turns out, fuck it, right? Doesn't matter who gives a shit, right? Because, yeah, she was basically just half a person the whole time. This wasn't even the real Sylvanas. The new Sylvanas, the real one, is going to apologize for everything and help fix the world. Because Blizzard couldn't decide how to write the fucking story. And then, of course, Blizzard also gives us Tyrande. Tyrande hates Sylvanas for everything that Sylvanas had done. Somehow, Elune, this god, the god of the universe, right, didn't even know. Like, this makes no sense. In the very fucking cinematic, things do not make sense. Did you not hear our cries, our pleas for help? I did hear it. I sent a bunch of souls towards you. But the souls went to the Maw. Oops. How the fuck do you not know that? You're supposed to be the goddess. What the fuck? You've just been in the Maw with Tyrande for how fucking long? How did you not notice? Like, Tyrande literally, I did a quest where I followed Tyrande into Torghast, where we happened upon a shit ton of souls from the burning of Teldrassil, and Elune's response is, oops, I did not know that. So clearly not the goddess we all thought she was, right? So things do not make a whole lot of fucking sense there. And then Tyrande has to make a choice. Vengeance or renewal? What does she decide? Forgiveness is the best policy. I will forgive Sylvanas and everyone for burning my fucking people alive. And of course, Elune, who used my people as battery packs for the Shadowlands, I'll forgive her too. Who gives a shit? Sure, she could have intervened. She literally admitted it herself. I could have intervened. I decided not to. I sent the souls to you. And Tyrande goes, of course. My apologies, my goddess. What the fuck is this writing? Where the It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's good. It's good. Can't wait for the fucking book that's gonna tell me exactly what the fuck just happened here, because I'm definitely not gonna get it in that fucking game. Jesus. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Story's fine. No one needs to fucking worry about anything. Let's just continue. I guess I'll speculate a little bit more, and then Blizzard can literally not use one of my fucking ideas. Because at this point, I've never said this before. I've never believed this before, but I'm saying it now. I can write the story better. Blizzard, fucking phone me. I'll give you the layout. Just follow my advice. Just follow the story the way I fucking write it to you, and it will work. I promise you, people will go, motherfucker, Denuzer is a genius. You don't even have to give me any fucking, don't even give me any recognition. You do not have to tell the players that I'm the one coming up with the story. I'll do it for free. All I want is that when I get a story, the story makes fucking sense on my screen. I'm not looking at the story going, I'm a little confused. Because that's literally where I was last night. And I guess I have to explain just very quickly. There's two different people here, right? There's the speculator in me that the cinematic was fine. It gives me a lot of things to speculate on. The future of the lore is interesting, and there's a lot of interesting things that can happen. But then there's the second part of me, the narrative part of me, right? Where that part is angry. That part is really, really fucking upset. Because that part is the part that goes, it doesn't matter what I speculate on, because you'll find a way to fuck it up. Every single goddamn time. Blizzard, this is the right thing. Just do this thing. Oh, look at this thing. We'll do that thing. No. Blizzard, please listen to me. That is the wrong thing to do. That is the worst. Oh, that's shiny. Let's do it. And the player is going, nice. I love this. I can't wait to play the game again. I'm just fucking tired, dude. I'm tired of the consistent failures of this fucking WoW team. In the WoW timeline, and not the shill show, but the one after, we each describe our version of a story until this point in the timeline. See if you can back up that statement. We can do that, Apocalypse. It would not be hard. It would not be hard. I can do it literally right now. Sylvanas burns down the tree. She gets into the Shadowlands. She fucks over the jailer. She tries to ruin the entirety of the Shadowlands. She eventually gets interfered with and explains and convinces all of the leaders to do the same fucking thing. And we basically work together to change the way the Shadowlands functions, because the Shadowlands is an evil fucking place. Bam, better story. Took me 2 minutes to think of it. Oh, of course, we have to go a bit back. I would have introduced the jailer in Legion already, so the people had the opportunity to get used to the fucking jailer. Perhaps I would have also introduced Elune. I don't know. Would have been a good idea that we got some information on Elune when she was fucking relevant. Some information on the jailer would have worked well too, right? Instead, I'm sat here, like, just fucking show you guys what I'm talking about. My hour hand. Wow. Okay. It's let me show you what the fuck I'm talking about.
How dare you come here, sister?
Nothing here moves me. I'm not moved by any words that she's saying to me. How dare you come here, sister? The voice actress is amazing. The voice acting is amazing. Nothing wrong with it. Gramias, how you doing, brother? Nothing wrong with the voice acting. The voice actor is trying their very best to save the cesspool that is this fucking scene. And again, not taking anything away from Taron Gregory and his team. A fucking amazing cinematic. Looks beautiful. Plays well. The issue is, I have no relation to the fucking characters on the screen. Listen to the emotion here. Listen to what she's saying and then tell me if you're getting a little bit... are you getting emotional by the words that she's saying right now?
Sister. After our cries for aid went unheard, unanswered, I heard your cries.
This is Blizzard in a fucking nutshell. These massive moments. Oh my god, they're gonna get Elune for the very first time. And we're like, so? Who gives a fuck? Because I don't know what the fuck is happening here. You've not explained to me why I should care about Ardenweald. You've not explained to me why Ardenweald is important. Fuck! I'm still trying to figure out why the Shadowlands matters. Fuck that! I'm still trying to figure out why Azeroth matters, because it seems to me that fucking nothing matters. It seems to me that shit just sort of happens, and we're just sort of there for the fucking ride. I don't know what any of this shit means. I don't know what any of this shit means. Jamanio, do not fucking buy hummus. I'm telling you right now, if you are gonna go buy snacks and you're coming back with hummus, there's gonna be fucking hell to pay. I am sorry, but that is not a fucking snack. Carrots and hummus, Jesus, I am on a roll today. Carrots and hummus is not a fucking snack. Let's not have that. Fight me. Get yourself something nice. Treat yourself. Get a chocolate. Get a fucking bag of crisps. Just don't get a salad and fucking hummus. I'm sorry. I just don't. I have no. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this calmly so that I don't piss people off. I have zero emotional connection with anyone on the screen. The only person in this entire cinematic that I care about is Tyrande, because I have a relationship with Tyrande. I know who she is. She's been set up well. I understand Tyrande. I have no connection to Elune. I have zero connection to the Winter Queen. The Winter Queen, if she died tomorrow, I would not give a fuck. If tomorrow they had a cinematic where my character, and I fucking wish it's my character, punches her in the dick and kills her, I would go, nice. Fucking deserving. Because I don't care about her. No one has explained to me why I should fucking care about the Winter Queen. Who is this bitch? No one cares. I don't give a fuck. She may as well die. I feel the same way about the Winter Queen as I do about every other fucking celebrity on the planet. I couldn't care if they live or die. This is the problem with Blizzard's entire storytelling arc. They keep building these incredible stories and they really want to get people hyped and emotional, but we don't understand it. We don't understand why should I care. You've never showed me why I should care. The only thing I've ever given a fuck about in this game is not doing your dailies and your world quests, because again, I'm doing world quests and dailies for a world that I don't give a fuck about. I don't care about this world. So, this cinematic would have been great if I knew anything about the Winter Queen. If I understood anything about Elune, this cinematic would have probably hit me very hard in the feels. Right? I may even have gotten a little semi. Instead, I watched the cinematic. I was a little bit baffled to what I just watched. And then I moved on with my life. Because who gives a fuck? Anyway, rant over. Let's talk about something else. Might be watching The Walking Dead after season 5. Oh my god, Walking Dead after season 5 is another miserable experience. Is it just me, or does it seem like the individual realms of the Shadowlands were hyped up for us to like, but then dumped and forgotten about once they brought out the Jailer? It's a failure. It's the failure of Blizzard to understand the reasoning behind game design, and specifically narrative design. Blizzard do not understand how to tell or how to create a good narrative around their game. If you want someone to care about something, you have to introduce the something and allow the person to create a relationship with that person, right? With the character that you're trying to engage with the audience. It's not enough. Literally, Blizzard is doing that thing where they believe we're pandas. Like, if you put two people in a room together, they'll just sort of fucking mate. Because it seems that's the thing that Blizzard does. If we put them on the screen, the player will care. I don't know how to fucking care about this shit. I don't know how to care because I don't know anything about the story. I'm still fucking confused about what Syed and Athreus did or didn't do. We're in 9.1. We still don't really know how the fucking Arbiter died. Is that another big moment, right, that we're waiting on? I saw your reaction video yesterday, and I thought you were enthusiastic. Did something change? Pig, so I explained it before. What you saw there is the lore part of me. So the speculator, the guy who likes speculation. It's a fine cinematic. Nothing wrong with it. But it's not the full me. What you're seeing now is the player. The person who would love to play an RPG called World of Warcraft. But I'm not getting an RPG called World of Warcraft. I'm getting a collection of stories that I'm supposed to be enthusiastic by, right? I'm supposed to be enthusiastic. I'm supposed to look at it and go, oh, this is nice. But I'm not getting that. The cinematic has zero emotion to it. My analysis that I did earlier today, I tried to do as objective as humanly possible. But my analysis was difficult. Because with all previous cinematics that contained Sylvanas and that had something big with Sylvanas, or the previous one with Duranda and Sylvanas, or the Jaina cinematics, or the Saurfang cinematics, they had a personal connection to me because I cared about those characters. There's something incredibly special about those characters, right? And I wanted to see I could feel the emotion that they were going through. In this one, I'm not sure what I feel. It's not emotion, that I can tell you. I'm not connected to the Winter Queen. I have no connection to Elune. The cinematic tells no story. From a narrative design perspective, the cinematic doesn't even make a lot of sense. So what you saw yesterday, you saw that bit, just, I don't know if Alex cut it. I didn't actually proof watch the video yesterday. But right after, I was sort of sitting there, just quiet. That was not me being speechless, by the way. Well, it was to some extent, but that was me sort of calming myself and looking at it from a different perspective, because I didn't want to right after that reaction go, what the fuck is this? Because that was what I initially wanted to do. You can check my tweets right after. My tweets show you that I wasn't in love with the cinematic. I just decided to calm down and go, wait, no, this is a normal reaction video for people who might like it. I'm not going to go off here. I'll do a video where I go the fuck off later. Thank you for your observations. I totally agree that WoW is not an RPG now. They should just make it a raid speedrun competition game and be done with it. Funnily enough, I think World of Warcraft would be better as a raid speedrun game. If Blizzard removed all the leveling, they removed all the bullshit, they removed all the world quests, all the shit, and they just made it raid after raid after raid after raid after raid, the game would actually probably do better. Saban, what's up? Neta Fanta officially does not give a shit about Elune anymore. She feels betrayed, and so do I as a player. I think most people feel very betrayed at the moment. I think most people feel very betrayed at this point. I just really want to see. Saban said something. I think I missed it. I think we had done the story the way you described it the other day, rotating through the zones to understand what they are about. Oh wait, that's how the original leveling was set out. The people screamed for an auto skip, and now skip, and now are mad. They don't know the story they laid out. Seven Raven, I wouldn't say. What do you mean people screamed about an auto skip? Because, so basically what you're talking about here, right? When I said this last time, right? When I spoke about this the last time, the my perfect design philosophy around World of Warcraft, and when I said what you require is for every single zone to be done in order at max level for the max level story for every single covenant, so covenants do not lock you out of 75% of the story. That is simply for your main. I don't give a fuck about alts. In fact, I believe that it's a failure of the game if people feel like they need alts. Back in the day, I leveled alts purely because I wanted to do the raids on other characters. I did not need alts. There was more than enough things in the game for me to do on my main that I would never have to need an alt whatsoever. I don't give a fuck about alts. You can make skips for alts. In fact, I would go so far as to say that you could make it so people can literally skip the entire leveling process for an alt. Because an alt is just playing the game from a different perspective. You don't want to make it difficult for people to have alts. Let them just have their alts, right? So, in this sense, what all you have to do is if you have the max level being every single zone that you have to go through in order to unlock the story, when you do an alt, you have a different storyline, so you have a different quest line that the alt has to follow, but it's like 4 quests that just quickly tell the alt what happened in the story. It takes like maybe 20 minutes and the alt is done with all the max level shit. The alt's done with all the max level shit. The alt can now get into raiding, get into PvP, whatever the fuck the alt wants to do, the alt can now do, right? That, as far as I'm concerned, is how I would design the game. I don't know why Blizzard insists on putting obstacles in front of alts. So, for example, the fact that reputations still are not shared across accounts, right? That there's still things that you need to get it on all the characters. It does not share with the account. You are a player. You are the player. If you've done the one thing, why the fuck do I need to do it on every single character? Does anyone here level an alt simply to redo all of the reputations? Like, that's the only reason. You have no other reason. You just want to do all the other reputations on this new alt. Does anyone find the reputation system in World of Warcraft good enough for that? Alright, I'm assuming by everyone saying no, that we are in agreement. No one feels as if they're losing out on their character progression by not having to level fucking reputations on alts. Blizzard keeps doing this. They keep pretending as if it's somehow important. You know, they keep pretending as if the RPG element, character progression, is so important to them in this game. But then every decision that they make basically fucks over the player. Like, it just fucks that up completely. So then, is it really important? And I'm reminded here, by the way, Worming, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Kagagi, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. 5 months and 2 months in a row. Thank you to both of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm reminded, how many of you watched the video of Matt Season being done with the game? How many of you saw that video? I could not agree with him more about the WoW token. I have preached against the WoW token for years now. Ever since it was introduced, I said that the WoW token is the worst addition to the game ever. Ever. Because the WoW token nullifies the entire game. World of Warcraft, and he's not wrong, World of Warcraft is now a pay-to-win game. There is nothing in the game whatsoever that you cannot buy with gold. Nothing. Not a single fucking thing. Anything you need, you simply spend a bunch of money, get your gold, and you go. You get to fucking go. So at this point, Matt Season is correct. Fuck it, Blizzard. Just add all of that shit to the cash shop. Just add it straight to the cash shop. That's it. Literally, just go to the cash shop and go, yeah, you want your clears, your raid clear for free? Take it. 2% mount drops. Milol, that's not content. So I should probably have said, there's nothing in content that you can't get with money. You can get boost, you can get gear, you can get basically anything you want with money, right? The mount drops, the old shit that people do, right? Trying to get mount drops and all the rest of it. I don't view those things as content, right? They're nice to do, and there's people that genuinely care about them, and I don't judge that at all. It's nice when people have stuff that they keep themselves busy with, but that is not content. Philobeat, I feel like PvP is so fucked in all other ways that it's actually like it's not even how do I put it? The fact that you can't buy rank 1 in PvP, right, is not even that big of a consolation prize, considering the fact that it's fucked in all other ways, right? When's the last time PvPers have gotten anything new? Anything worthwhile? Should it not be that there's new battlegrounds and arenas launching every single expansion? You can't tell me no. When you go to a new world, surely there's a new arena or battleground that you can make there. PvP have been forgotten for years. Blizzard clearly doesn't give a fuck about PvP. This is why they don't have a pay-to-win feature in PvP yet. But I guarantee you, if they ever started caring about PvP, there'd be a pay-to-win feature in PvP very quickly. Blue Fairy, it's as much a mystery to me as it is to you. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. Covenants, as far as I can tell, is the most useless system that has ever been introduced. All of the dreams that Blizzard had for Covenants did not come true because Blizzard failed. All of the fears about Covenants did come true, and it fell completely flat on all accounts. Because Blizzard still does not seem to realize that they are not as good as they think they are. We constantly get this. We'll fix this. If we need to balance it, we'll balance it. Motherfucker, you cannot even balance on flat ground. Like, the World of Warcraft team needs to start understanding you cannot even balance yourself sitting on flat fucking earth. So how about you do not plan things that require some kind of fucking balancing, because you're terrible at it. You're fucking horrible at it. Ben Raging, it's a fucking horrible system. It's only natural that if you can buy gold with the token, you should be able to buy honor with token. Don't give him ideas. Let's not start fucking giving Bobby Kotick ideas. What are you talking about? What are you doing? Are you working for them? Are you a spy? What the fuck is this? Coming in here giving Bobby Kotick stupid ideas. Jesus. I was so excited to see where the story of the game play were going. Now I'm disappointed. I think we're all a little disappointed. 5 valor points with WoW token. Let's not give Blizzard ideas, please, for the love of fuck. I don't know if the current issues with WoW is going to fix any of this, because I don't think Blizzard thinks any of this is a problem. Oh, the Breach video is probably the most damning video of Blizzard I've ever seen in my life. Yes, Bobby Kotick will go through. Do you guys want to go through Bobby Kotick's response to the issues, shall we call them? Right, the dude's I'm not even gonna preface this. I'm not even gonna fucking preface this. We'll just do the response. All right. So Bobby Kotick finally came out and said something. It is interesting to me that Bobby Kotick have spoken before Ian Hazzikostas. Now I'm not condemning Ian in any way, shape, or form. I think Ian is probably the smartest out of everyone right now, because he knows if he says anything right now, it will be a fucking bloodbath. The only reason I would love Ian to comment is that is gonna be content, bro. That I could make videos on that comment section. It is gonna be a fucking slaughter. If Ian says anything right now, it will be a slaughter. So I don't blame him. He's mostly, I think, just said no. Screw that. I'm not talking. You guys can't fucking make me. He's just decided to shut the hell up. All right, so I do want to preface a couple of things here and say that it's funny to me that Bobby Kotick's response comes off as the most nuanced. Bobby Kotick. When Bobby Kotick puts out a response that is better than everyone else's response, you have to start asking yourself, what the fuck have we done? Bobby fucking Kotick, Satan himself, comes up with a better fucking response than anyone else, and you're sort of going, the fuck just happened? Am I being punked? I legit started feeling like, as I was reading through this the first time, I thought to myself, there must be a fucking camera somewhere in this world that's just sort of recording all of our responses, because this just makes no fucking sense. How is this guy the most level-headed and the most precise out of all of them? Anyways, let's go. It has been a difficult and upsetting week. I want to recognize and thank all those who have come forward in the past and in recent days. I so appreciate your courage. Every voice matters, and we will do a better job of listening now and in the future. No gaslighting, no bullshit, except the fact that, shit's gone wrong, and we'll fix it. Our initial responses to the issue we faced together and to your concerns were, quite frankly, tone deaf. Again, can't fault the guy for any of this. There's nothing to fault here. He accepts the fact that they fucked up at first. He accepts the fact that they fucked up for a long time. I can't fault this response. It is imperative that we acknowledge all perspectives and experiences and respect the feelings of those who have been mistreated in any way. I am sorry that we did not provide the right empathy and understanding. Many of you have told us that active outreach comes from caring so deeply for the company, that so many people have reached out and shared thoughts, suggestions, and highlighted opportunities for improvement is a powerful reflection of how you care for our communities of colleagues and players. Um, Sure. And for each other. Ensuring that we have a safe and welcoming work environment is my highest priority. The leadership team has heard you loud and clear. We are taking swift action to be the compassionate, caring company you came to work for. When? Like, when were you ever the compassionate and caring company that people came to fucking work for? I'm sorry, buddy. Nothing against your letter here. Good letter so far. But, no one looked at Activision and thought, well, that's a compassionate little fucking company right there. No one. So, yeah. Okay, so we are taking swift action to be compassionate, caring company you came to work for and to ensure a safe environment. There is no place anywhere at our company for discrimination, harassment, or unequal treatment of any kind. I agree. But here's my biggest problem. Stop fucking saying it. Just stop doing it. That's it. I have no interest in going on Twitter and announcing to the world how inclusive or how non-racist or how any of that bullshit I am. You want to know why? Because I just don't do it in the first place. When I see someone that isn't white, I don't immediately become a racist. I just treat them with dignity, respect, like a fellow human being. So I don't have to go on Twitter and sort of fucking claim that, oh my God, look at me. Look how cool I am. Look how woke I am. Because I'm just not a fucking asshole. Stop saying it. Just don't be a fucking asshole. It's simple. It's straightforward. The very fact that you have to apologize for men putting their hands on women when they're not supposed to is a problem. Because I'm sat here thinking to myself, how did they not know that? Surely that's just basic human decency. When you see a girl in public and your first thought is, wow, that's a good ass to grab, then there needs to be another voice that goes, no, this is a no thing. We're not going to be doing this thing. Walk the fuck away. Walk the fuck away. The fact that there are people there that goes, ooh, nice ass to grab, I'll do it. That's a fucking problem. The fact that you have to apologize for it is a fucking problem. Why is this happening? It's just so fucking weird to me. Victor, I feel assaulted. Thank you for the follow, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. All right, so just I'm so sick and tired of these companies pretending to be woke. Pretending to be... I have a theory. And maybe a lot of people will not agree with me, but I think history is on my side here. The people who scream the loudest about racism, sexism, wokeism are the biggest racist, sexist in the world. Every single time. When there's a Hollywood producer standing up and going, yeah, we need to do more for female inclusion. We need to do more for minorities in Hollywood. You can fucking bet your ass that guy has touched a bunch of girls in a way that he's not supposed to. He's done some shit he's not supposed to. You can bet your fucking ass. You want to know why? Because the vast majority of us do not feel the need to defend ourselves. I don't have to sort of preemptively put out tweets just in case people figure out what the fuck I've done and what scumbag I've been. I'm just not a scumbag. Do I make jokes that's very borderline? Of course. I've warned all of you before. Do not come to my streams if you're sensitive. Because I treat everyone the same. I will make jokes about guys. I will make jokes about girls. I will make jokes about fucking everyone. But at least I know that everyone that is here and chooses to be here knows that there's one truth on this channel. Everyone gets fucked equally. Me included. Because you chat is sometimes the enemy. And this is the only time I will agree with Alex fuckface Kansas, excuse me. It's the only time that I will agree with Alex here is the fact that sometimes chat is the fucking enemy. That's it. Otherwise, Alex Kansas, you can go fucking fuck yourself. Let's get back to the letter. We will do everything possible to make sure that together we improve and build the kind of inclusive workspace that is essential to foster creativity and inspiration. It's not even about being an inclusive workspace. It's just about not being a fucking hellhole. Like, so, did you guys see the letter that the Blizzard employees wrote, the World of Warcraft team wrote? Did you see that letter? It feels like it trips over itself to include every single group, right? And it's like, you don't have to do that. Just don't be dicks. It's as simple as that. Just don't be dicks. You don't have to trip over yourself to try and... Look, when you say we have to treat everyone with respect, everyone means everyone. You don't have to highlight it. You don't have to sit there and include every single group by name. Everyone is supposed to mean everyone. When I say that I treat everyone the same, that means everyone. Doesn't matter what your race is, it doesn't matter what your sexuality is, it doesn't matter how many dicks you want to gobble per day. Everyone gets treated the same. Except for the person that gobbles a lot of dicks per day. Maybe we don't treat you quite the same as everyone else, but still somewhat the same as everyone else, right? I don't like the fact that they sort of, they pretend to care about these people. It feels condescending to me. It feels condescending. I don't know why, but I get this feeling that if I was a person of color, or if I was a person of, you know, whatever sexual orientation, I would feel like this is condescending. This is pandering, and I don't want it. I just want to be treated like everyone else. I just don't want to be discriminated against. That's it. That's all most people ask for. Do not discriminate against me. When I come up with an idea, then judge the idea based on its fucking merits, not based on my skin color or my sexual orientation. Because that's insulting. I can have ideas that's just as good as everyone else's ideas. It just feels insulting to me. I have asked... Okay, so here's where it gets a little bit different, right? I have asked the law firm WilmerHale to conduct a review of our policies and procedures to ensure that we have and maintain best practices to promote a respectful and inclusive workplace. Apparently, now I don't know if this is true, but apparently WilmerHale is a law firm that specializes in shutting down unions. Ben Raging, I put the limit at 5. If you gobble more than 5 dicks a day, you have a problem. Anything under that can still sort of go, you know, unnoticed and no one needs to really care. But basically, if your breath permanently smells of dick, maybe there's a problem, right? Maybe you should stay a while and listen, right? To quote one of my favorite old games, at least. Dick a day gives the doctor away. Pains, I suppose. All right, so let me just quickly let me see here. So WilmerHale is apparently a pretty weird law firm. Anyways, made you uncomfortable in the workplace to use any of our many existing channels for reporting or to reach out to Stephanie. She and her team at WilmerHale. I do like the fact that he actually gave them the number and the email address of the lawyer, right? Because if Stephanie is in fact serious about fixing this shit, then at least the employees do not have to fucking go through the very system that failed them in the first place. Because that's the problem. The problem with Blizzard is that the systems that were meant to protect your employees failed fucking hard. That's the issue here. Alright, so you can contact her there. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. We are committed to long-lasting change. Effective immediately, we will be taking the following actions. Employee support. We will continue to investigate each and every claim and will not hesitate to take decisive action. To strengthen our capabilities in this area, we are adding additional senior staff and other resources to both the compliance team and the employee relations team. Okay, sounds good, but maybe, I will say maybe, go to the compliance and employee relations team. The fact that so compliance team is a bit more lawyer stuff, so I don't know why they're adding more compliance people, because that's usually to ensure that you comply with the government. That's what that team does. So I'm not entirely sure, probably to comply with the government because of the lawsuit, but good step. Listening sessions. We know many of you have inspired ideas on how to improve our culture. We will be creating safe spaces moderated by third parties for you to speak out and share areas of improvement. Bobby, excuse me, if you're ever watching this, could I have a word? Could we get this, mate, if it's not too much trouble? I don't want to force you into anything. I know that you guys are busy fondling goals and shit, you know, so when it's convenient, you know, maybe you could do some listening sessions for the players as well. We've got a bunch of ideas about how the game could be, I don't know, not dog shit. So if you guys would be interested in scheduling some safe spaces for us to sort of voice our ideas and not have the developers be arrogant fucks that do not listen, that'd be great. Thank you. So good idea, but we the players would like it too. Personal changes. We are immediately evaluating managers and leaders across the company. Anyone found to have impeded the integrity of our processes for evaluating claims and imposing appropriate consequences will be terminated. This I fucking love, because it's at least a commitment. Is he gonna go through with it? Who knows, right? But it is at least a commitment. It is saying, listen here, if someone is found, we will fire them. So, unbound it coming out that some of the Blizzard high-ups went to Epstein's Island. So, Gibati, we already know that I think Bobby Kotick was on Epstein's list. I think he was in Epstein's fucking, like, in his book. I think so. I'm not, don't quote me on this because I'm not entirely sure. I just saw a bunch of people claiming it. I don't know much about the Epstein thing. Other than Epstein either did or didn't kill himself. I remember reading headlines about people sort of questioning it. Outside of that, I don't know really anything about Epstein. So, hiring practices. Earlier this year, I sent out an email requiring all hiring managers to ensure they have diverse candidate slates for all open positions. We will be adding compliance resources to ensure that our hiring managers are in fact adhering to this directive. At first when I read this, I was sort of like, you see, because I also have a massive problem with hiring people simply because of their race, their orientation, or anything like that. Because again, it boils down to that condescension thing that we spoke about. How would you feel if you got a job and you know the only reason you got that job is because of your skin color? Not because you're the best at the job, not because you're the best employee, purely because of your skin color, your sexual orientation, or your gender. How would that make you feel, chat? Because for me, it would be a massive problem. As a woman, I wouldn't like it. I want the job because I am the best choice, because of my qualifications. As a guy, I feel the same way. if I were to find out that the only reason I got this job is because they needed one extra white person, which sometimes happens in South Africa, not often, but so the law in South Africa is that the hiring practices must reflect the company or the demographics of the country. So sometimes there are companies that don't have enough white people and then they just have to find a white person to employ. It doesn't happen often because there's not a lot of white people in South Africa, but it does happen from time to time. I would literally quit immediately because I would be like, no, this is condescending. I'm coming to work every single day, and how am I supposed to look at my fellow employees knowing that most of them got the job because they truly were the best in their position, but I don't know if I did. I don't know if I'm the best. Maybe I am, but I have no way of knowing because I wasn't hired for my ideas or for my personality or for my qualifications. I was hired purely because of what I look like, which is literally the opposite of what Martin Luther King stood for. It's literally what he stood for. Judge me on the content of my character, not the color of my skin. Right? I want to be judged like every other fucking human being. I am a human. I have ideas. I have dreams. I would like those dreams and those ideas to be judged based on the merit of those dreams and those ideas, not based on who they come from. So that sort of was a thing, but reading it now, I like the fact that it says diverse candidate slates. In other words, you have to make sure that when you get a bunch of people, so you have a position open, you have people from all backgrounds applying for that position before you fill it, right? Because I think that's a good thing. That I actually do think is a good thing. Because I think you want to have a diverse group of people especially when you're making games, right? Because look at World of Warcraft, how many cultural differences there are with just the different races. So it's nice to know that there are people from every background working on the game. So it is a good idea when you have a position open to get as many different people from different walks of life into the pool of people that you choose from, and then you choose the best person from that pool, regardless of what. I've often said that I think the perfect hiring strategy, so the way the world should work, is on your CV, there's no name, and there's no age, and there's no gender. The CV is literally just your achievements. That's it. Because what else do you need to know? The only time you need to know my name is when I finally have the fucking job, right? That's when you need my name, because you need to know what name to put on my payslip. Other than that, you need nothing. My name doesn't matter, right? So I truly believe that we should have a world where people's names, gender, and race and shit is not on their CV. You will have to go to company for recruitment talk. Lestad, so we could have probably the talk of how you would be able to do even that, because you could have blind auditions, right? So you could have a blind recruitment talk where they simply phone you on Skype or Zoom with no cameras and just talk to you, find out if you're good enough at what you do. That way there's no biases involved, right? You get to talk to the person, you get to get their ideas, and you go, yeah, these are good ideas. I like this person. I'm going to employ them. And then the first time you see them is the first time you see them. You could do robot voices as well if you fucking want, I suppose. In-game changes. So, in-game changes, we have heard the input from employee and player communities that some of our in-game content is inappropriate. We are removing that content. What do you guys think is going to get removed? Apart from the Afrizia Hobby thing. Which, FYI, is going to be half the stuff in the game, because that guy had so many items linked to him. That dude was a fucking narcissist, dude. The amount of shit that guy has in the game with his name on it is insane. They might do that. The problem is that I think they're also going to go too far with this. There is a good chance that they're gonna rework Sylvanas, rework Jaina, rework all of the characters to make them less sexy, because it's almost guaranteed that there's people who look at that and think it's somehow fat shaming or something. It's like, if you really care, then go to the gym and work out, and then you can look like that person. I'm going to the gym every single day, right? Because I don't want to be fucking fat. But you can almost I'm almost guaranteed those changes are probably coming. Probably not right away, but it is almost going to come. Your well-being remains my priority, and I will spare no company resource ensuring that our company has the most welcoming, comfortable, and safe culture possible. You have my unwavering commitment that we will improve our company together, and we will be the most inspiring, inclusive entertainment company in the world. Right. I can't wait for all the other companies to also become the most inclusive and entertainment companies in the world. I go back to what I've said before. Just don't be a dick, bro. That's it. I tell you what, Blizzard, you want to solve this problem. The next time you hire someone, right? You ask them. You see someone standing in the hallway. They've got a nice booty. What do? Go. And you give them 2 seconds to answer. If at any point he sort of goes, fire him. Don't even hire him. That's a bad guy. Because he had to think about it. It means that somewhere in his brain he was going, grab that ass. But then he went, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that in the interview. Maybe I should do that later, right? Because the initial response from almost every single person would be, I walk past her. Or them, right? That would be most people's response, is I just go to wherever the fuck I wanted to go. So, yeah. I don't know. It's sort of, look, is this enough? No. Is there ever going to be a response that is enough? No. There isn't. There is going to be no response that is going to be enough. At the end of the day, there's only one thing that Blizzard can do, and that is action. It doesn't matter how many letters you sent. It doesn't matter how many times you apologize. None of this matters. Unless we start seeing some fucking action, unless we start seeing people getting fired, people losing their jobs, people getting reprimanded for shit that they did, all of your words is completely fucking useless. They mean nothing. They mean nothing to me. They mean nothing to the players. These are simply empty actions. And then you know what, Blizzard? When you have time after all of this, I would invite you to do all of this shit for the players, please. We too would like some changes within the fucking company. Starting with this fucking asshole. Anyways. I would like to hear from the women that work there now. A lot of them have spoken, but a lot of them are also holding back, and I think it's because of lawsuits, right? I think a lot of them are sort of holding back because they know there's lawsuits coming and they don't want to hurt the lawsuit, which is possible. Feel bad for the staff that did nothing, our fellow gamers that probably want to make game better. Oh yeah. Just got locked out of my flat. Giovanni, how did you get locked out of your flat? Who's that, Alex guy? Oh, Cesius. It's a senior developer at Blizzard. He's like a lead. He's like a senior lead developer on World of Warcraft, who believes that we, the players, are responsible. We're part of the problem. He said that if we are angry right now about the patch and the delays of the patch, then we are part of the problem. There's only so much the victims can say until after the court has finished the issue. Exactly. And Blue Fairy, I would prefer it that way. As nosy as I am, You guys should do what Apocalypse is asking. If you find anything worth clipping, please clip it. We're trying to set up a what's it called? A shorts channel, right? Where we just upload a bunch of shorts that's funny. Alex is sort of working on new shorts for the channel. Like, Alex is really working hard at changing his style of editing. So yeah, if I say anything that's absolutely stupid, then just clip that. It's not hard. I say a lot of stupid shit. Yeah, that dick gobbling one would actually be fucking amazing. To meme or not to meme? That is the question. To meme. Always to meme. Always to meme. BOS, thank you very much for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those will be some long clips. We can't clip 4 hours. All right, don't just clip the most stupid shit I say. Not all the stupid shit I say, because yes, then it no longer is. I already have a channel for that. So here's my channel for like the shorts of all the stupid shit I say. I'll quickly show you guys. I already have that channel. It's right here. The main channel is a collection of stupid shit I say. The channel for all of the stupid shit I say is this one. It's the Akko live channel. It literally is just a collection of all of my live streams. Ian, I don't know what Ian needs to do. I don't know what Ian needs to do. Is this... Where's that short of yours? This one. I haven't watched this yet. Why is this not funny, Alex? What kind of a fucking clip is that? I'd be happy to play Phasmophobia. Oh, let me just clip Akko saying some random shit. I expected fucking more from you, Alex. This is judgment worthy. But can everyone in chat just very quickly fucking judge Alex for the shit that he just did?
Vengeance or renewal?
Jesus. Alex, what the fuck? Is Alex redeemed? I don't know, though. That's good. That's good, Alex. I like this. All right. Yeah, if we could get more of these... if we could get more shorts, you'll see more of this shit. We'll do a shorts channel specifically for this. I could actually upload this as the Twitch preview. I don't have a video for Twitch preview. I've not done a video for Twitch preview yet. I'll tell you what, though. There is a new channel that's doing fucking amazingly well right now. This one. The new, like, Clips channel. It's doing very well. 103 subscribers in the last 128 days. Considering we only started like a week and a half ago, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Yesterday's original clip was not funny. Just gonna point that out. That was not a funny clip. Adelia, oh, to this channel. I think this is the right one. There you go. Heatable. I don't know about that, though. I do like the fact that we're starting to do different sort of channels and stuff. Oh, wait, I need music. I thought it's a bit fucking quiet here. I'm just... Is everyone else a little bit tired of all the bullshit? Like, is everyone out, or is it just me? Am I the only one that's a little bit tired of all the bullshit? Oh, Robostall, the nice thing about these sort of spreading out into other things is that we aren't like, so for example, the clips channel is nothing that I do special extra, right? The clips channel is 100% clips from live streams. So you have these live streams that I do clips from, and then you have the Sunday Night Chill Show that has clips on it. Alex also does very little editing on those. It's basically just run it through the editor, add the outro, and that's it, right? And it gets shipped. So that's low effort quality content, like low effort. Then we have the shorts channel, which is high effort for Alex, no effort for me, because saying stupid shit sort of comes naturally to me. So I don't have to try to make clips. It just sort of happens on its own. The only reason there aren't more clips is because people in chat don't use the clip function. But if people use the clips function, we would probably have more clips than any other channel on the planet. How come you do the Show Show on YouTube and not Twitch? Effect, I started the Show Show on YouTube. And so it just made sense to continue doing it on YouTube. It's a podcast, so I hope it's different. So I told Twitch from the beginning, from day one, when I applied for partnership on Twitch, I told them I have a live stream on YouTube that I do once a week, right? So if Twitch ever wants to ban me because of the live stream on YouTube, then okay, but I was honest from the beginning. That stream specifically is for the YouTube community, and I don't want to remove that. It gives me the opportunity on a Sunday to hang out with everyone from YouTube that doesn't come to Twitch, and we have a ton of those people who just they don't want to come to Twitch, they don't like Twitch for whatever reason, so that's why. I'm happy to hear that, Euro. It's just a function under the screen. You can click on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the link is fucked, Ben Raging. The Streamer Links one is just, it's completely wrecked. God knows why Streamer Links haven't been on for almost a week now at this point. People complained about it, I think, last Thursday already, and it's still been completely wrecked. So I've changed my YouTube videos now as well to just have all of my links sort of one after the other. I think I'm gonna move away from Streamer Links entirely, because this is like the third time that Streamer Links have gone down, and I'm just done, right? Calicins, you missed my my commenting on the Tyrande cinematic. People who were here when I commented on the Tyrande cinematic, how was it? What was it like? Was I very happy? Was it uplifting? Did it fill you with joy? It will be up on it will be up on the Clips channel later. I was like an angry dwarf. Yeah, I was drunk on rage. All of this goes up, so if you ever miss anything from these live streams, most of the good stuff I will have recorded for Clips channel, so you can just follow the Clips channel, you'll get it there. And if we can get to 1,000 followers or subscribers on the Clips channel, we can fucking finally monetize it, which would be amazing. Cubana, let's see if I still have it. Yeah, I still have it. There you go. Ack, all your stuff is the good stuff, fam. Lambden, thank you very much, dude. Really appreciate that. Niara, how you doing? I make what I make. So when you look at, thank you very much to everyone that is subscribing to the Clips channel. I really appreciate it. I just make what I like, which is why I'm not so surprised with Preach's decision, which I realize a lot of people sort of asked about and a lot of people sort of wonder about it. Who knew the Preach had quit World of Warcraft? For who is that news? Yeah, Preach have quit. It appears to me as if Pyromancer have quit as well, even though he's not said so, at least not publicly, what I could see. Pyromancer has pretty much quit as well. Mad Season Show have quit. Mad Season Cow, which I like more. No, Preach is basically now going on the scariest journey that a content creator can go on. Yeah, Preach have basically said he's done. He's going to stop making new types of content, which has nothing to do with World of Warcraft anymore. And I think a lot of people know Taliesin will probably stay. I don't think Taliesin will ever quit. Taliesin is in the position where he wouldn't be able to quit because his entire community is World of Warcraft. He sort of how do I put this? He sort of he positioned himself as someone for the die-hard World of Warcraft fans, right? And so if he removed World of Warcraft from his content, it would probably not work, right? Yeah, Pyro really doesn't give a fuck. He's never cared about the money when it comes to the content that he creates. Hazel probably wouldn't quit either. I'm not quitting. Like I said before, I have no interest in quitting because I don't believe that my content serves as an advertisement for World of Warcraft, because my content doesn't really deal with whatever Blizzard is putting out. My content is usually the stuff that Blizzard doesn't fucking put out, right? I believe that my content is for our community. It's something the people that love the lore care about. And I have so many viewers on my channel that no longer play World of Warcraft, but still watch the content just for the story. So for me, I think it's fine to continue doing my World of Warcraft content. I'm probably going to stop covering news and stuff for WoW. So their 9.2 stuff and crap like that, don't give a fuck about that. I'm not going to cover it. Not anymore. Not until there's serious change within Blizzard. I'm also not playing World of Warcraft anymore. I'll go back to what I did in BFA. So I didn't play BFA at all. I just read the content. I read the patch notes, and then that's it. So I'm not playing World of Warcraft anymore. I cover the story from the outside. Great that Blizzard doesn't actually tell the story in the game. That means I don't have to play the game, right? So I guess this is a win for me. So I am going to start covering other things as well. Giant Rat Guy, how you doing, bro? Calikins, how you doing? Calikins, that's exactly why I'm continuing to make lore content. But Alex, for example, is working on, I don't know how far that video is, but Alex is working on my first impressions of New World. I would have wanted to get that out sooner, but this weekend was too big of a fuck up, right? So I'm going to start doing Sathix, how you doing, brother? Adelia, how you doing? Mr. Tame, how you doing? I'm going to start doing other content as well, right? So not just World of Warcraft stuff, but you can expect that to be few and far between, right? So most weeks it will just be World of Warcraft lore. Some weeks you might find a little extra something, right? like an extra video or two that sort of covers something else. But that's it. That's sort of the extent of what I want to do with my channel. My second channel, or my third channel actually, which is called Akko Does Life, I'll probably do a lot more different types of content. So maybe game reviews, maybe discussions about fucking gaming news, shit like that, right? Is where I'll discover, or where I'll put that content. So yeah, you don't have to worry about the main channel going anywhere. I'm going to continue covering the lore because I don't think that the lore is an issue. I don't think what I cover is a problem. So CCS, I'm looking into... I don't know when this is going to happen, but I do want to buy a different camera. And as soon as I get a proper camera, I will probably do a barbecue stream. Tatiana, how you doing? I haven't been playing, but I do like the story and lore. I think the problem, or I think the... there's a lot of people that's in there, right? In that specific place where they love the story and the lore, but they're no longer sure if they want to continue paying and playing the game. Did you like strategy games like the one of Paradox Interactive, Crusader Kings Europa Universalis? I don't know those games, but I am a huge strategy game fan. Nice. You talking about me, Rob? Ages ago. Would love to see it. Oh, bro. I have some ideas when it comes to... So, my biggest idea when it comes to cooking videos have always been, and this is the one that I've always wanted to fucking do. I want to do lore conversations around the fire or in the kitchen, right? So talking about the lore whilst cooking something else. That would be like my dream. Yeah, just like cooking something, making like a different meal every single day, and just so it's basically like you hanging out with a friend, right? So it's literally me and you hanging out in the kitchen talking about game lore as I'm cooking something. Styler, I think so too. Adelia, I don't know. I'm hesitant to turn the streams into gaming streams. I'm very hesitant about that. This stream it has become a place where people come to hang out and chat and sort of just kick back, right? And I feel like if I stop playing games on the stream, it would change the fundamental reason why a lot of people tune in. Because I think the vast majority of people here isn't here because they want to see me play something like Baldur's Gate or, you know, whatever other game. They're here because they just want to hang out. So I've been able now a few times actually to do very, very popular streams, right? Streams where we get to like 150, 180 viewers. And the title isn't even like, literally the title of today's video is "What would you like to do?" That's fucking it. It's not even a catchy title. I debated 190 viewers into this fucking stream with a question. So I think most people come here because they just want to hang out. They just want to hang out and talk about whatever the fuck goes on, right? Which I love. I like sitting down for a good, 3-4 hours and just sort of chilling, And I feel like game streams would remove that for a lot of people. Because obviously, even if I were to play Baldur's Gate right now on stream, I would obviously not be as interactive as I am now. Right? Because I'd be playing a game as well. maybe that changes in the future. Maybe there is a point where I go, sure, let's do some games every once in a while. I'm not saying never, but it's not the main thing that I want to focus on. I like your stream. If it's about Tyrande
I
lore,
just finished the
Krakow
pizza,
roasted meat.
which you will probably think is an abomination. It is only meat, not anything else. No tomato, no sauce.
66, that's not pizza. We literally had this fucking conversation yesterday. I want to thank you for the 10 bets, but I immediately want to contradict that thank you by saying that is not a fucking pizza. You have no sauce on the pizza, just meat. So basically what you're telling me is you're having a meat sandwich. Pretty boring meat sandwich, if I do say so myself. There's literally only one type of pizza, right? Everything else is toppings. This is why when you walk into any shop, any pizzeria, you do not tell the guy, hey, I would like dough with tomato sauce, cheese, and pepperoni, please. You go, may I please have a pepperoni pizza? Why? Because the dough, the tomato sauce, and the cheese is fucking expected. When you say pizza, that's what it is, right? It's the dough, the tomato, and the cheese. Then you put some toppings on it, and now it becomes a pepperoni pizza. So when you say, I just had a pizza, it was wonderful, no tomato sauce, please. It's like, what are you talking about? You've just removed one of the fundamental ingredients. It's 3 ingredients, people. If you remove one of them, it's no longer a fucking pizza. As I say, I'm gonna have cake, but I'm not gonna put any flour or eggs in it. Then that's not a cake. I don't know what the fuck that is what you're eating, but it's not a cake. Right? So, yeah, no. Stop doing this, people. Next D&D one shot for the channel. The PBEG is going to be a pizza heretic. I'll fucking murder him. Domino's Pizza, do that. They replace tomato sauce by cream. That no pizza for me. Okay, first of all, I'm not really a fan of Domino's Pizza. It is like tomato sauce. I normally get ranch, barbecue, or Alfredo. I can't believe... Luckily, I don't think there's many pizza places in South Africa that replaces the fucking tomato sauce. We don't really eat from pizza chains anymore. It's local or nothing. So we have a couple of local places here, but we have a couple of pizza chains. So, for example, there's one in South Africa called Pizza Perfect, right? Pizza Perfect has amazing pizzas. Very thin base, like proper thin base. Pizza oven. The dough gets nice and crispy, right? Perfect pizzas, right? Pizza Perfect. Then you have Romans, which have some pretty cool pizzas, but it's thick base pizzas. Like, it's fucking huge pieces of... Like, the base is massive. And then you have... There's this one place here, Dal Fornos, right? Dal Fornos, which is like a local place. They may have the best pizzas in the entire world, right? Then we have one that I've eaten at a couple of times, but I'm not too fond of theirs. It's called Pug Pizza. P-U-G Pizza, right? It's basically all American stuff. So it's like meatball pizza and macaroni and cheese pizza. It's like all American stuff. Puppuccinos. I don't think I've ever had that. Not Pug, Pug. P-U-G. Right? Just Google Pizza Perfect. Oh my fucking god. They send Kit Kats with pizza. Yeah, but that's just one of their specials. Talk to come about what, a freak? Oh, Chaos, I would have loved to do like a proper setting for the World of Warcraft lore stuff. But we're gonna need a lot more money before we get there. But my perfect, so if I had unlimited money, or not unlimited, I don't think this is like $1 billion project or something. But if I had the money to do it, I would basically set up, so I would change my entire setup to where I had a streaming setup, a 2 PC stream setup, right? But that's only for streams. Then I would have a different setup that is, so this is going to be weird, but a detective's office, but like an old school detective's office where the entire wall is a mural with like a picture of N'Zoth with a red string that goes to, say, a Naru, and from the Naru it runs to Sargeras. It looks like a detective's board where I'm trying to figure out the fucking, like, the lore of the game, right? And there's a giant desk with like an old school typewriter on it, right? So this entire old school detective vibe, right, for all of the lore videos. Like, all of the lore videos take place there. And then the story videos, so where I do sort of more, in-depth story content. That's a fireplace with a massive lounge chair, right? With like a whiskey bottle, like one of those crystal whiskey bottles or containers or whatever the fuck you call it. Obviously not with whiskey in it. What the fuck would I do with whiskey? But with like apple juice or whatever the fuck, right? And a glass and a cigar. And then bookcases with the fireplace just behind me and just sort of sitting there, right? And talking about the lore. I know Germano loves whiskey, by the way. Like, unironically, she drinks it on her own in her flat every night just for fun. Which makes no sense to me. This is a practice that I have yet to understand. I don't know why people do it. Like, why? Alcohol does not taste nice. Alcohol is fucking disgusting. The idea that I'm gonna sit here. So I love my Pepsi Max. I just recently started drinking Pepsi Max again, but I keep it in very small quantities. I like Pepsi Max. It's nice. It tastes really nice, right? Or I'll have a cup of water or maybe a cup of coffee, right? But fucking alcohol to relax. Oh. New. There's nothing relaxing about that. That would ruin my evening, to be fair. If you have a DM, a D&D game in the WoW setting world, save me a spot. I will roll a big juicy ass bal female for the group. Giant rat guy, I'll do that for you. I don't like beer either. Just watch your video on Elune on YouTube, and I've just done the most recent campaign questline for Korthia. Do you think that it's possible that Elune, Winterqueen, and Aenar are the counterparts to each other in their respective cosmic forces? Life, death, and order respectively.
Why would you drink Pepsi Max? I think Pepsi Max and Coca-Cola no sugar is abominable. Why not just drink normal Pepsi and Coca-Cola?
Jake6, I'll answer you in a second. Bennypod, so valid theory, very valid theory. Bit different to my own, right? So my own theory about Elune is that she and Zuval is the counters to one another. The reason why I believe that she and Zuval is the counters to one another, let me just see. Okay, so listen to how they speak to each other here. Like, that's all I want you to do. Just listen to how the Winter Queen speaks. Listen to the tone of the Winter Queen's voice here.
Come here, sister. After our dare you come here, sister. After our cries for aid went unheard, unanswered. I heard your cries, felt your pain, and in the wake of tragedy, sent forth the cascade of souls to sustain you.
I get the feeling like the Winter Queen is not speaking to an equal. That's the feeling I get listening to the tone of this conversation. What the Winter Queen says. We were calling out to you. We needed your help. We needed you to save us. And Elune does not act as if it wasn't her job to do so. She acts as if this was exactly her job. Her job has always been to protect and defend the Shadowlands, to sustain it in times of need. So the idea for me, Nate the Ninja, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. 4 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The idea for me behind this is Elune is clearly far more powerful than the Winter Queen. Far more powerful than any of the other Eternal ones. Most likely on the power level of Zuvul. This feeds into my belief that the Winter Queen and Zuvul used to be the leaders of the Shadowlands. I'm genuinely more and more convinced than ever before that the story in Folk and Fairy Tales about Anshe and Musha tells the story of Zuvul and Elune, where they fought the darkness and lost. The darkness somehow wounded Zuvul. It's also, I make mention of this in the analysis that I did today. There's not going to be any WoW content on the main channel for YouTube, by the way, today, because I'm not going to put out WoW content today, just in unity with the developers. But the tier, right? Why are the tiers of Elune so important? Why is there so much sadness within Elune? Something happened to her. This sadness that Elune consistently experiences, the fact that her tears are so very important. Natalie Frost, how you doing? It's Big Tiger, how you doing, brother? Yeah. To me, this signifies that something in her past happened. And if you read the story, Folks and Fairy Tales, about Anshe and Musha, the wound that Anshe suffered, Musha tried everything to save him. To find a way to heal that wound for him. I will say something that a lot of people, I don't know if they even noticed it, but look hard at Elune here, at Tyrande here, and tell me what you guys see. Look at Tyrande, really look, and tell me what you see.
Unanswered. I heard your cries, felt your pain, and in the wake of tragedy, sent forth a cascade of souls to sustain you. Oh, the great tree. All who perished there were claimed by the Maw. Then I have condemned my favored children.
Take a look at this. What do you see? What do you see right now? Don't look at the tear. Don't look at the stars on her face. Look for something else. Look at the edges. Does this not remind you of an eclipse? Literally, the entire being of Elune is an eclipse. It's the moon moving in front of the sun. It's insane. I mean, this is little, right? It's such a small little detail, but it's incredible. As soon as I caught this, I was like, holy shit. Because if we do ourselves a quick favor here. Now, of course, the biggest question becomes, is there a way for us to even find this now that there's been so many months of weeks of stuff that's gone on in the lore discussion channel? Am I going to be able to find the map? Please tell me someone else linked the map again. Razor Connor, how you doing, bro? I know I can search for it, but I'm too fucking lazy. It's easier to just scroll down. I want to find the map quick. Give me a second. Oh, come on. How many... Why must you people spam the fucking Discord so much? It's insane. Yeah, looking at the... I'm looking for the new map. Here we go. All right. It's subtle, but right there. It's subtle, but right there. The eclipse. The consistent eclipse. The moon. The crescent moon. The eclipse. The... What the fuck's that? Why? What is the point of that? What is it supposed to signify? Why is Elune eclipsed? Or why is she eclipsing something? Someone? Why does she believe that she needs to stand in front of the sun? What is it that she's protecting? What is the sun? Is it life? Is that what it's supposed to signify? The fact that she stands in front of the sun, the fact that she presents herself as an eclipsed moon, or a moon that's eclipsing the sun, effectively putting out the, stopping anything from harming the sun in any way, shape, or form. Perpetrator, how you doing, bro? I know a lot of people, Seiji, how you doing? I know a lot of people are asking about Breach. We already discussed Breach. We already had a discussion about Breach. Minion, how you doing? We've been live for about 2 hours already, so most of those issues have been discussed. Eclipse is the easiest way to showcase alignment, so for me, that's just because she is balanced. Sounds like I'm late to the party. Seiji, I'm very good. Thank you very much for asking. So Zaval is the cause of the nightmare, the corruption of the dream when he got wounded and banished. His connection to druids and solar magic affirmed. His connection to Elune affirmed. His connection to current or statics and the Drust affirmed. Well, it depends how you ask me. Just now got notified that you were on. Oh shit! How many people get notifications from Twitch? Rebelstal, welcome back. I know Twitch sucks at actually sending out notifications. Sleep when you go live? Alphen, thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know Twitch sucks at it. Although today I forgot to put it on Discord. Like, I completely forgot to send out the notification on Discord, so I do apologize to everyone that was sort of hoping for it. I am sorry. Excuse me. Seiji, yes. When I listen to music, it's metal. It's always metal. It's Jackery. How you doing, bro? From Discord or Twitter? Wait, from Twitter? DD, I can't remember the last time I sent out a notification that I'm live on Twitter. It's good. Samers. Thoughts on Amon Amarth? My favorite man. I don't think I've ever heard them. I may have heard them. I just probably didn't pay attention. So I'm not a good person to ask about music at all. Definitely not a good person to ask about music. I don't listen to music as a general rule. So as a general rule, the only time I listen to music is when I'm streaming. Outside of that, you will find no music Nowhere on my YouTube. I don't even have a music app on my phone. I don't have Spotify because I see no reason to have it. I find music distracting, so I don't listen to it. The Grey. I don't do a lot of watching in free time. I genuinely read. When I have some free time, I like reading. But let's see. What am I watching right now? Let's go on YouTube and fucking look for this. Need to switch my main account. Alright, so I watch a lot of League of Legends. Basically anything LEC, I'll watch. I watch a lot of YouTube sort of self-help videos, right? So how to get better at naming videos, how to get better at clickbaiting, shit like that. Not actually clickbaiting, just people that help you, right? I watch a lot of political stuff. I just recently discovered a channel called Biographics, which is insane. It sort of tells all these little stories about massive people in history. So they've done videos on like Goebbels and Hitler and just all of these, like Mussolini. You have Roosevelt. Like every single, they take a person in history and they basically cover his entire life story, if you will. I love watching shit like that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I really give a fuck about. I watch a lot of economic stuff, like a crazy amount of economic stuff. Oh, and then I also watch The Bearded Butchers. This might be one of my favorite channels ever. Apocalypse, yeah, you know me. I discover things and then you guys told me to watch it and I didn't watch it. So that happens a lot. I'm trying to look now to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. So this is what my front page for YouTube looks like. This is my, like, this is the page that I just opened. I love Economics Explained as well. So I've not watched this video yet. Not watched this one. I'll probably watch this one later. No, I have watched this. It's 8 months ago, so my cookies would have been deleted already. Don't know who this guy is, so probably won't watch it. Today I found out another good channel. The Bearded Butchers, right there. These guys are amazing. I don't know why I love their videos so much, but I do. I don't know why. They just butcher meat and they explain like the different cuts and stuff. Really fucking cool. Don't know why. But I like it. I watch a lot of computer stuff as well. I'm a huge geek when it comes to like computer stuff. So Jay's Two Saints, Gamers Nexus, Linus Tech Tips. Pretty much watch all their newest videos all the time. Lex Friedman is perhaps one of my... He is my favorite now. Like, I can't stop watching Lex Friedman stuff. No, I don't really watch Jim Sterling. And then, of course, this I'll watch probably later tonight. It's Euphoria. It's about the LEC. So it's like a podcast they have every week with a different player. Yeah, I don't like people who so Jim Sterling is a moron, right? And I don't think morons should try to make themselves the arbiters of truth. The dude has no idea what he's talking about. He just spews a bunch of bullshit and then somehow believes that everyone should gobble it up, right? So I don't like Jim Sterling at all. He used to be funny. He used to make some funny content. And then his content just became stale as fuck. Like, it was just always capitalism, capitalism. It's like, bro, you don't even know what capitalism means, and you're talking about it as if you fucking do. So just shut the fuck up. I don't like... So, what I don't want is... Don't shoehorn politics into other types of content. So, it's okay if you have a political channel talking about politics. When I click on your video, I know what I'm getting, right? This, you do political stuff. Therefore, I'll watch this because I want the political stuff, right? However, if you're making gaming videos, what I don't need is a fucking lecture in your politics. Just cover the fucking news, bro. I didn't click on this for a political lecture. If I wanted a political lecture, I would click on something like the Miser Institute's videos, which I do watch as well. Why wash rice? I'm sort of very interested in hearing that. But yeah, my YouTube, you can see no music. I don't listen to music. I don't. And time for the political economics chat. It was hella fun talking about what political views are for WoW characters. That's a fun conversation, and that's not something I mind, right? I don't mind those conversations. I mind when it's I don't know, it's just it gets preachy. I hate when people try to preach to me. I don't want to be preached at, because I didn't make you sort of, I didn't put you in charge of my life, right? I've watched the quartering before. Nitora, my only problem with the quartering is it's too much of the same shit. I get bored of drama. I get so fucking bored of drama. It's like, there's so many channels that thrive on fucking drama, dude. It's like, bro, can you just cover something else? Like, fuck my life. It's like heels versus babyface. I'd love to see, where's he at the minute? Is people still watching him? I had to unsub from him. Not because I dislike him in any way. It just became too fucking much. It genuinely became too much. I couldn't watch it anymore. Because look at this, okay? So let me just showcase this, and this is not like trying to call him out or anything, but every single one of his videos is just angry videos, and then it's just like, oh wow, okay, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's just always the same shit. I don't want that. It's fine if you can make it entertaining. But here's the problem. The reason people find sort of your, shall we say, outbursts of rage entertaining and funny is because it's so out of character. Most people don't expect that that shit is going to happen, right? When that's all you fucking do, how do you keep making it fun? Like, how do you keep making it fun? But Smokin', that's why I sort of couldn't watch it anymore. Like, he doesn't even appear. Oh, I'm still subscribed to him. That's interesting. I stopped watching him, though. I've not watched him in... Is it even going to show? I don't think it's going to fucking show. Because this has been months and months now. I think the last time I actually watched him was BFA. Yeah, it was just after he was starting to really get fucking angry at BFA stuff. And there was a point where he released like 3 videos in a row just calling out BFA. And I was like, bro, you did this. You already did this. Like, you're just doing the same shit now. Like, don't turn into a content farm. Like, know when enough is enough. Valley is a farmer, just milking every tit he can find. Robostar, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with people who think that that's what Balula does. Whenever you watch a Balula video, the nice thing about Balula is he is always very well balanced, extremely informed, because he has the knowledge, right? And it's never outrage simply for the fact of outrage, simply for being outraged. Right? At least in my opinion. Now, here's the nice thing, and this is why I would ask that people don't bash content creators. It's fine if you don't like someone, you can say you don't like them, but let's not get into bashing. I'm not saying anyone bashed. Claiming that you don't like someone isn't bashing, right? But the nice thing about YouTube is there is an absolute crazy amount of people on the channel, right? On YouTube that you can watch. Some people will like some people will hate other people, and it's fine, right? Oh, Robosol, no, that's why I said this is not aimed at anyone specific. I'm warning prior to, because I know where this goes. I know exactly where this goes. It starts with us discussing different content creators, and it ends with us stopping because someone thought now is the perfect time to fucking bash on content creators. The knowledge is there, but the presentation has gotten old. People used to call him a shill. Now he's too negative. Why are some channels what, Entrant? I really miss Total Biscuit. He's also someone who has... Total Biscuit was a god, just by the way. He was an absolute god. He's also someone who has moved a bit more negative after years of being mostly positive, and that's because of the content. So the issue is, I don't think anyone can blame content creators right now for just having enough. For just, we can't keep doing this, right? I can't keep sitting here and pretend like I'm okay with everything.
I don't like all the videos where the content creator says World of Warcraft is trash, but then at the end of the video they say that come play Raid Shadow Legend.
I've been contacted 3 times now by Raid Shadow Legends to accept a sponsorship from them. I'm getting tired of saying no. Like, let me show you guys why I think blaming content creators for getting negative is wrong. Why I think it's so wrong. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. Don't worry about it. But just listen to the first bit here, right? Listen to the first bit, and you'll understand why so many content creators is just done. Just... You can only... You can only cover something objectively for so long and beg for so long before you just reach a point where you go, you know what, fuck this. So clearly me being nice and asking nicely doesn't help. I should just become negative about the content, because you're not listening when we're positive or trying to be positive. So maybe now you'll listen, right?
Yes, the road has come to an end.
Sad times.
Time to give up on World of Warcraft. Many of you may have seen floating around Twitter or on Reddit or on live streams, whatever it might be, is that we are stopping our coverage of World of Warcraft as of right now. This has not been an easy decision, as you can imagine. We have a team of people who work here now, putting stuff together for you guys to hopefully put a smile on your faces. That is all we aim to do. And in terms of WoW, we have to kind of stop right there. So I'm going to clarify a few things. Not everything is going away. I'll explain why shortly. Let's do the reasons first. Get that out of the way. So first reason, obviously, is the recent allegations. That was really the straw that broke the camel's back. It is the tip.
This is what I warned about, by the way. this is exactly what I warned about. I told you that this is probably not going to kill WoW, but it is going to lose them tons of subscribers. Because you see, while a lot of people might not have been outraged enough by this one specific thing, Macmillan, how you doing, brother? This may have been the catalyst, the final fucking nail in the coffin. Like, they've been putting up with so much shit over the years, and now this thing happens, and they're just like, maybe this is a sign. Maybe now is the perfect time to get the fuck off. Right, I'm done.
Tipping point to find out, after all we've been through with World of Warcraft since probably the beginning of BFA, that on top of that, this environment has existed within Blizzard to the point now where they're staging a walkout. I've just been checking and updating myself on this, is that the staff are doing a walkout due to Blizzard's awful, reprehensible response to an abhorrent situation that has been plaguing Blizzard for a very long time in terms of its harassment of women. And then at that point, I no longer feel comfortable promoting and advertising the game, which is essentially what happens. That is the relationship I hold with Blizzard, with having a large audience, is that we produce content, we check out content that's in development, we get to see things a little bit earlier in order to get that out to you guys as a promotional tool. That's how Blizzard sees it, and in return, we get to make fun content about a game we absolutely adore. I no longer feel comfortable doing that at all. That's reason number one.
I think Preach's decision here makes 100% sense, and the reason for it is, and why this is not a one-size-fits-all or a, like, it can't be applied to every content creator. Preach absolutely was a spokesperson, so to speak, for Blizzard Entertainment, right? He got people hyped for new expansions. He got people hyped for new patches. He covered the patches in detail, right? Oftentimes, yes, before anyone else could. So I completely, if I did the same kind of content as Preach, I would probably have stepped out as well. I would probably have stepped out as well. I would have probably been also like, can't keep hyping this company. But it's because I know that so many of my viewers have already quit World of Warcraft. Like, it's over 60%. Over 60% of my viewers are either quitting or ready to quit. At least according to the polls. That I can make content and I know that I'm not really giving Blizzard any money. I'm just covering something that we all find really cool.
It's hard to get past that for me. It really is. It's too hard. It's too big of a hill to climb. Reason number two is, at this point, I honestly have very little positive.
This is the part that I want you all to listen to. This is the part that I want you to pay attention to. This is why so many content creators and players. So I'm actually talking, we all see the content creators. These content creators are just normal players. Imagine the amount of players that have no voice, no channels, no nothing. They don't stream for 150 plus people. They don't make videos for 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 people. They just quit in silence. So these are the reasons I feel like Blizzard needs to start listening. And yes, Christers, you can absolutely see it in this entire video. Preach is not the upbeat Preach that we got to know, right? It's sort of like he's just. It is sort of like he's just done. Right? He's tried. He's done. He cannot keep fucking doing this.
Positive to say about World of Warcraft there. It does feel like for the last few years, Blizzard has really pushed to have players like myself leave. It does feel that way. We've talked about it a number of times. A great deal of the changes and directions that Blizzard have gone in, I've been very outspoken about. And BFA in particular, and this is relevant now, is one of the expansions where I essentially had to bitch and moan throughout the entire expansion because systems like Warfronts, which are unlosable content, islands that had no variety, Azerite armor, which was just a plague on the game since it came in, with refusal to allow us to even trade it at all. At one point, it didn't matter on item levels, you couldn't trade it whatsoever. You were locked into it because it was super special, or Blizzard believed it was super special. And that's the...
That, by the way, is one of the biggest reasons why I am so fed up with Blizzard. Why I don't play World of Warcraft at all anymore. That's exactly the reason. Blizzard believes that their game is special regardless of what the players feel. So Blizzard decides that certain things are special in the game and so special that they need to fuck the player over with the handling of it. And then doesn't matter what the players think. Players go, dude, this isn't special. We don't want this. Allow me to trade this away, please. And Blizzard goes, oh no. If we allowed you to trade your Azerite gear, it would defeat the entire purpose of the system. Right? This is supposed to feel like really meaningful special armor. Well, then make it feel really meaningful and fucking special, bro. Because it doesn't feel meaningful and special right now. It just feels like I'm being burdened by your fucking system.
Line that we draw is that what Blizzard believes is not what I believe. For a long way. A further example of just how near enough every feature of the game that has come in since BFA has been either half developed, undercooked, a missed opportunity is how I would describe it most accurately. Certainly when it comes to Shadowlands, Torghast is a missed opportunity, the Covenants are a missed opportunity. There is so much that could have been done with each of those features that just hasn't been done. They've let us down far too often. Shadowlands launched with the idea that we were going to put all the systems into the game at the start so we can just tweak and modify them and make them.
Jamil TV, thank you for the Prime sub. Really appreciate that. 6 months in a row. Thank you. New World seems pretty amazing. Time to play with my daughter. Theros, thank you very much for hanging out. Dude, really appreciate it. Take care of yourself and have fun. New World's looking pretty good. You have Ash of Creation. You have Final Fantasy that is just amazing. There's a lot of choice now for people who may want to decide to leave the game, right? There's a lot of choice, right? What game do you plan on covering mostly on your channel going forward? What of this? I'm still going to do the World of Warcraft lore for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, I still love covering it. Reason number two, the vast majority of my viewers, at least based on polling that we've done, no longer play WoW. They simply come to the channel for the lore. Like, they couldn't give two fucks about playing WoW. They come because they care about the story and they want to hear the potentials of the story. And considering that Blizzard uses none of my ideas whenever it comes to speculation, I don't think we're helping in any way, shape, or form, right? It's not as if we're making the game better because they don't give a fuck, right? So I view my videos, I view my videos as something for the community. It's for me and my community. It's not something that I think helps Blizzard in any way, shape, or form, so I don't feel like I have to stop covering it. That said, though, there is going to be other content that I'm going to be starting with, right? Really slow at first, just covering other MMOs, covering other games here and there, just some fun stuff every once in a while. First impressions on different MMOs, on new MMOs coming out, new games coming out. But yeah, overall, it's still a WoW lore channel. Mainly, first and foremost, it's still a WoW lore channel.
The more fun as the game goes on, instead of having to constantly reinvent the wheel. They let us down with that, and immediately in the first patch, with the addition of the Shards of Domination. Take a moment to really emphasize this, because I think the Shards of Domination sockets and the armor really exemplifies just how distant my point of view is with World of Warcraft and Blizzard's vision of World of Warcraft. Can
I ask, is there anyone here that actually likes Shards of Domination? Like, is there anyone that actually likes Shards of Domination? It's such a useless system that literally it just fucks over the player. That's all it is. It just fucks over the player. It has no value to the vast majority of players. It feels it's not as special as Blizzard wants to pretend it is, right? Blizzard wants to pretend that it's this incredibly fun experience for all players, when really it fucking isn't. It really isn't. Oh, and by the way, yes, Lexicans has a lamb, like a literal lamb, called Akolam. I love that.
I have heard reports from in the last week or so, directly from some contacts, that Blizzard is confused as to why the players are disgruntled with Shards of Domination, because
this is a much bigger issue than what people understand. Blizzard is confused with why players don't like Shards of Domination. The very fact that Blizzard is confused, I'm forgiven, how you doing, brother? The very fact that Blizzard is confused should tell you all you need to know about. If Blizzard had any link to their community, they would not be confused. If Blizzard actually played their own game, this would not confuse them. Macmillan, thank you for the gifted sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Macmillan literally fucking comes in, right? Hangs out for 2 seconds and then gifts a sub. 322 subs. Ladies and gentlemen. Can I ask... Also, thank you very much for 323 gifted subs in the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, spam those emotes. Fucking spam those emotes. Zayets, thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a crazy, crazy amount of subs. And of course, we do have even more subs now in the channel. So, definitely worth. No, he is absolutely the GOAT in the channel. Absolutely. So, Macmillan, thank you so much for that. But the confusion from Blizzard's side tells me that they don't play the game. Blizzard was confused why people are so passionate about Classic as well. They're beyond disconnected. Chris, there's... Yes. Yes, what were their words to us? You think you do, but you don't. And then he continues to list all the reasons why people want it. That was the funniest shit to me ever. Like, he says, you think you do, but you don't. And then he goes, you don't remember having to spend hours spamming to get a tank. You don't remember having to run to the dungeon. You don't remember how hard it was to, I think he said gear or some shit. And I'm like, are you selling the game? Like, are you... You don't have to sell your product, bro. We already want that. Like, you don't have to... We're all in. Yeah. We're all in. He kept on fucking mouthing off about all these things we don't remember. And people kept sitting there going, yeah, I want that. I want that. I want that. I'm sold. Let's go. Oh my fucking god, dude.
in the eyes of some people at Blizzard, they're basically tier sets. Now let that sink in for a minute, because that when I heard this first and then heard it multiple times from different people.
Anyone that's still playing the game, is Domination Shards basically tier sets? Is this what you guys wanted when you asked for tier sets? Is this the future that you envisioned? Is this what you wanted? It's a Domination shard. But what are you talking about? I see so many people saying no. Guys, the Blizzard developers think it's basically tier sets. Why are you wrong? Come on, chat. Blizzard is telling you these are tier sets. You guys are wrong. I'm on board with the developers here. It's basically tier sets. When the developer said it must be true. Because they made tier sets once. And they made Domination Shards. So they would know. They would know better than us that this is basically tier sets.
I was honestly gobsmacked. This is before the entire revelation. I hear things a lot that they don't talk about on the channel. But to hear that, like...
Do you not remember how tier sets used to work, by the way? You guys remember, right? Like, your tier set would drop, but then it would have, like, the druid thing on it, but you're a warlock, so then next week you'd have to go again to get another tier set, and then it would be, like, the paladin. You remember, right? Like, you would just cycle through all of these random tier set bonuses until finally you got the 4 with your bonus on it. That's exactly how tier sets used to work. I remember it very well, as if it was yesterday almost. I remember it. I also, like, I remember how, like, layered tier sets were. Like, you would get the piece, and then you would actually, like, the actual bonus would drop differently. Like, first the piece would drop. This was your tier set piece. And then the bonuses would drop individually. I remember it perfectly. I remember. This is exactly how it works. So when Blizzard says Domination Shards is basically tier sets, I agree. I agree. 100%. I'm on board, Blizzard. You fucking sold me on it. Faisal, no, I'm not. I'm done playing WoW. I have been done playing WoW for years now. I basically play it whenever it comes out, and I do a bit of lore stuff just to know the lore. But I'm still covering WoW. I just don't play it. But that shouldn't change anything because I haven't played WoW in... When's the last time I hardcore played World of Warcraft? 4 years ago, maybe? 3 years, maybe. End of Legion. Yeah, end of Legion. Like 2 months before the end of Legion is when I stopped raiding. And that's basically when I also stopped playing WoW. BFA came out, was very excited, thought about rebuilding the guild. 3 weeks into BFA, I realized this is a bad idea. I'll never rebuild the fucking guild. Not with this expansion anyways. And so then I just didn't play BFA at all. And Shadowlands I was basically excited for again about 3 weeks. And then I realized, oh, this is shit too. I guess I'll just not play then.
2 weeks ago, something like that, I was really shocked that anybody at Blizzard would equate Shards of Domination with tier sets. How can you equate something that is not stylized specifically for your class? One of the most exciting things that people get about tier sets is seeing...
Preach, you're wrong. Tier sets was not stylized specific for your class. I just told you. The developers said that they're basically like domination shards. So what happened was your tier set would drop, and then you would get paladin things as a warlock. Then you'd have to wait for next week so that it dropped again, so that you could hopefully get the warlock stuff for your warlock. Don't you think the developers would know better? They made the game, bro. They remember. They remember shit like this. They wouldn't lie.
Their new tier set. What's the new rogue one? What's the new paladin
Such a
one?
liar.
What's the new theme around
Making
my
shit
class
up.
that I love and enjoy? My main character. What is he going to get going into that new raid? A lot of them don't even care about the bonuses. They just want to see how cool they look. And is it got the warlock themed going to be plagued one? Is the rogue one going to be stealthy in some way? How's it going to equate to daggers and all that kind of stuff?
I didn't even care about... Transmog. I've never cared about Transmog. But I always got excited to see what the new tier sets was going to look like. I remember, like, whenever I would open the Wowhead page to see what the Warlock tier set... What was I going to look like in this patch? Like, what was my gear going to be like? It was always a big thing. It was like a massive part of the game is... What's my tier set going to be? Is it going to fit? Is it going to be, like, perfect? Is that going to be the Warlock that I envision myself to be?
Stuff, but Shards of Domination don't do that.
Winter Soldier, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Really appreciate that. 11 months in a row. Thank you. Keep on keeping on. You big emotional teddy bear. Winter Soldier, thank you very much. Really appreciate that, bro.
At all. In any way. The bonuses that come with tier sets are spec specific. No, they're not always enjoyable, but they usually offer some sort of gameplay variety to keep your class interesting throughout the entire expansion. It might be something as simple as death coils proc more often, so you get to throw a few extra ones in. Something that gives a little bit of flavor, a little bit of spice to your character.
Yep.
Gems that provide a percentage flat damage increase are about the least creative thing in the universe.
What's funny to me is... What was the specific complaint about Azerite armor? Can you guys remember? What was the specific complaint about Azerite armor? It was that it did nothing for your class. Like, it legit did nothing. It didn't change your playstyle. It didn't do anything. It was literally just this thing that would happen. The most of the time you would have no fucking clue that it was happening. It just sort of happened, right? And then you would see big damage. Like some people with their Azerite armor would see big damage whenever something procced, and other people would see no damage even if everything procced, right? But it was just sort of, it was on your fucking class, right? And it was automatic. Nothing you did would interfere with the system working. That was the biggest complaint with Azerite armor. If Azerite armor did what legendaries or old school legendaries or even artifact weapons did, it would have been perfect, right? Because it changed the way you play the game. Depending on your artifact talents, you would play the game very differently to not having an artifact weapon. For Warlocks, we basically got a new rotation because of our artifact weapon. Like, your rotation completely changed. From just being a ramp-up spec, you now had to keep track of your souls because your souls were important, right? You wanted to use your souls at the most optimal time. So it interfered with your gameplay. It changed the gameplay. It gave you something to look at. These basically did fucking nothing. These basically changed nothing. Some classes got lucky. Milul. Some classes got lucky and they got some changes. The vast majority of classes, however, got fuck all. The vast majority of classes got nothing. The Azerite armor was literally just, it procced, it didn't proc, who gave a fuck, right? When your deeps is good, hey, it procced. If your deeps is bad, fuck me. RNG screwed me.
A video game, they're not interesting at all. I can't even tell if they're working without using third-party add-ons. How they've been equated to tier sets is beyond me. Now we look at the further problems, and I'm glad I'm recording this in the evening. Because what we've also seen with Shards of Domination, and we saw this on the PTR, we told Blizzard about it, they're not balanced. This part. The Unholy one is way more powerful than the Frost one and the Blood one. So everybody wants to get the Unholy one. We could test this within minutes of acquiring them on the PTR. This is the quickest, easiest check in the world to figure this stuff out. Blizzard leaves it as it is. So when the game comes out, and we point out all the problems with this. Acquisition, not getting...
I want to say, in Legion, we pointed out the problems with Azerite armor, right? From the beginning. I said, this is a system that have a lot of potential, but in its current rendition, these are the problems that's going to be created. The system is not going to work, right? This was during the beta for BFA. This is not going to work. This is going to be miserable. If it stays like this, it's not going to be good. Blizzard did nothing. Like, nothing. It just went live. Then all of the things that we fucking said would go wrong, all of the things that we said would be a problem, turns out was a problem. Now, how is it that a fat cunt sitting in his bedroom talking about video games that have no knowledge of game design or balancing, right, can look at a system and say, that's not going to work, though. That's a bad system, that. And the fuckers who went to college for this shit looks at the exact same thing and goes, perfect. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Evangeline, thank you for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can anyone explain this to me? Anyone? Can anyone explain to me how the fuck is it that a nobody, can look at a system at first glance 5 minutes in and go, I spot issues.
The ones you want, the randomness of it, and the fact that you decided to add like a 10% DPS increase for several classes. Should they get lucky? No tier set in the game has ever been like, oh, you just do 10% more damage than everybody else in your team now because you managed to get your 2-set bonus.
Jesus.
That's not how this works, but this is how Shards of Domination works. And not only that, they're really boring. A bit of leech, a bit of flat damage when I attack a mob for a few seconds. I can't tell if it's going on. It does nothing for my gameplay. They're really boring. So you made a massive damage increase. You made it really boring. And then, after weeks of players scrabbling to get these things,
This gets me, by the way. This gets me.
being disgruntled with them, being frustrated with them, being relieved when they finally get them, being even angrier when they still didn't get them, farming Raid Finder, normal, heroic, etc. to try and get the armor to put these things in, because unlike tier sets, you made them twice as obnoxious to get, because you needed the gems and the armor to put them in. Tonight, they've nerfed them into the ground.
Fuck you, bro. All your farming for nothing. All those hours that you just spent farming your fucking dick off. All those nights after work that you got home tired. You just came from the fucking coal mine. You just want to play a little bit of gaming before you have to go to bed. Blizzard goes in one foul swoop and goes, fuck you. I'm sorry. This is really funny to me. This is not even me putting on an act. This is genuinely funny to me. Has there ever been a bigger fuck you to the player base? Yes, there has. And I remember it. I was a Warlock in Legion. People like to look at Legion as if it's this city on the hill of what used to be good. In Legion, Warlocks wanted one very specific legendary. The Hood, right? The Helm. Affliction Warlocks. I can't remember what it's fucking called now. That's what they needed. All of the other legendaries were complete and utter dog shite. They did not give you the DPS increase, even though Blizzard kept promising that the difference between legendaries will be between 1 and 5%. This was never the fucking truth. Like if you had the Hood, what was it called again? The Hood of come on, someone needs to fucking remember this. The Affliction Warlock legendary in Legion, the Hood of I fucking blank. Anyways, Hood of Eternal Disdain. There we go. So that thing could net you anywhere from 10 to 20% increased DPS just through the Hood alone, right? My very first legendary I got was Pridus, before Pridus was good. I got Pridus. The next one I got was the ring that made your corruption do a little bit extra damage and slow the target. Great. Also completely fucking useless. Then I got the boots, the one that basically all classes got. I got the boots. I kept farming. I fucking need the legendary. I'm a mythic raider, by the way. I'm trying to get my legendary so that I can actually mythic raid. Finally, the Hood drops. Fucking finally, the Hood drops. And it gets nerfed. Now it's no longer the best one. Guess what? The one after that, I also didn't have. It was the cape. The cape, I can't remember what the cape did, but the cape increased, I can't remember what damage it increased, but it increased something that became the new best one. I didn't have the cape, so I kept farming. I kept fucking farming. Kept farming. Finally got the fucking cape when you could have 2 legendaries. Now, at the end of the expansion, I finally have my best 2 legendaries. So I remember when Blizzard used to do this all the way back in Legion, where they just didn't give a fuck. They don't care about our time. It's as if they get happy. Like they smile whenever they think about fucking over the player base.
It's embarrassing for you, Blizzard.
I did, John
And this
Recker.
is the reason that people are just angry and frustrated. You created an entirely frustrating, annoying system when you said you wouldn't. Then you made it really boring. Then you made it super powerful. And then after all was said and done, You then crushed it into the ground. Embarrassing.
You can hear the pain in his voice. He's on the verge of screaming. He's literally controlling himself with this. He's controlling himself. You can almost see someone just behind Preach going, dude. You know, the thing that Ross did in Frames. Someone just going, bro, just fucking calm down. Don't lose your shit. This is the last WoW video we're making. Don't lose your shit. Don't lose your shit. You don't want to be remembered as the guy that screamed in his last ever video.
Because everybody told you about this stuff.
Lofi Lord, just very quickly, he made an entirely different video on the lawsuit. So he made an entirely different video for the lawsuit where he called Blizzard out for the bullshit with the woman and the shit that they did there. This is him basically stepping out and saying, now apart from that, here's the fucking problem that I have as a player have.
Before the patch even came out, it shows a lack of effort, it shows a lack of quality control, a lack of regard for players' time. It just comes across to us as players as you don't give a shit. You don't care. You just make us jump through hoops and then you move.
Cover WoW anymore in the title and missed totally the important. No, he didn't, Lofi. Like, right in the beginning, he did talk about why he's no longer covering WoW. He said that was the thing that broke it for him, the way they treated their people. That's what broke the entire thing for him. This is him explaining to devs that may be watching, right? Apart from all of that, here's what you need to fix. And also, I do want to point out, there's nothing wrong with someone going, listen here, I have some selfish reasons as well. Because the problem that I have with Lofi, what you're saying effectively here, the reason I don't agree with that is, as someone who pays for the game, you are allowed to go, listen here, all that shit is completely fucked up, but so is this shit. I pay money for this. This is my business. And what you're doing now is completely disgusting. And I can't do it anymore. Also, you are watching a specific video. He links to a different video, right? Literally in the description here. He links to a different video. He speaks about it in the video here. And this one, he actually speaks a long fucking time. A long time about the shit that the people at Blizzard have gone through. People have the right to complain about the game because they pay for the product, not their internal fuckery. I agree. It's 100% the wrong timing. I don't think it's the wrong timing. I think this is the perfect time. Because everyone already agrees, right? Everyone already agrees that what happened to the people there is fucking disgusting. What happened to the employees, what happened to the women at Blizzard is disgusting and shouldn't happen. But this is also the perfect time for us as players to say, but hold on, this is not your only fucking problem. Yes, that is a problem, and you should fix that. But I agree with Asmongold in this regard. While it is most definitely the most serious problem, it's also the easiest problem. The way that Blizzard treated their female employees is the easiest problem in this entire thing. Because it can be solved simply by firing the fucking scumbags. These problems are far bigger. These aren't problems that you're just going to figure out or fix by firing a bunch of people. These are problems that's inherent within the culture. And it most likely contributed in some way or another to the treatment of the employees of Blizzard. You see, because these developers believe themselves to be fucking rock stars. So they live the rock and roll lifestyle, even though they don't necessarily always deserve the rock and roll lifestyle. And that's why I don't think that Preach is wrong here. He's angry. And he's angry for a lot of reasons. Right? And this is simply him basically going off on that anger.
Move the hoops, and you make the hoops smaller, and then you tell us the hoops are pointless. They don't earn you anything anyway. And it happens time and time and time again. And it's always plagued by problems that players such as myself see within 2 to 3 minutes of checking the system out. Hey guys, this isn't going to work. It's got this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. These are glaringly obvious problems. You don't need to be a specialist in game design or a master video games critic to spot these things.
Blizzard has thrown shit into our faces for years now, since what? The only good expansion was Legion, and that was only in the 2D part of the expansion. Drano, I actually agree. Even though I still have massive problems with Legion. Legion wasn't as good as people remember it, but I think that's why you said that's only in the second part of the expansion. Because you're right. When Legion launched, it was an absolute shit show.
And here we are with you doing it again. I'm lost for words with the direction that this game constantly goes in. I don't recognize it anymore. I don't. And I'm so sad, because the idea is I should grow out of the game and go on to do other things and be tempted by the new biggest thing. But that's not what's happened. You've just ran it into the frigging ground for players like me. And I say for players like me because I'm not speaking for everybody, but players like me are just endlessly frustrated and disgruntled with being treated like this. Because we enjoy your game, and we constantly end up chasing the fucking feather at the end of the stick, round in a circle, and then you just tell us it was all for nothing anyway.
Yep.
And it's all because you didn't plan it out properly, you rushed it, you didn't take care and attention.
Yep. I don't know, do you guys want to continue watching the whole thing? Because I've watched it already, so I'm happy to stop it here. Shay, how you doing? Barracuda, how you doing? You want to continue watching it? Okay.
I can tell you now, if I was sat in that room and this thing was suggested, I would have said, no! Why are we doing this? Who is this benefiting? Why is this fun? Why the hell would anybody be excited by this? Why are you giving it a crazy damage bonus? Didn't we say we weren't going to add more systems? Isn't there room in the conduit system for something like this? Can't we focus on making legendaries more interesting? Can't we focus on making conduits and soulbinds more interesting? Because they're really boring. And you keep making us grind renown for it. So.
He does seem so disappointed, Apelia. And that is my big question. What Preach has said here has been my biggest issue with the game for a while now. How is it that you have all of these systems, and yet when you come up with something like domination shards, you can't figure out how to put that system into one of your existing systems? Why is it that we constantly have to have new fucking systems? Why must every patch be a new symphony of fucking systems? Oftentimes literally replacing the old systems, or in some cases making the old systems so fucking redundant that they may as well be replaced. I genuinely do not understand the thinking at Blizzard. I don't know who comes up with these systems, but they are fucking stupid.
All through BFA, I spent my time trying to get these changes implemented, which we kind of saw at the end of Battle for Azeroth. At the very, very tail end of the expansion, they finally started to relent on these things. But probably with 9.3 or whatever, they'll relent on some of this. Perhaps they'll take conduit energy away. But I can't in good conscience.
Preach didn't say it here, but I will say it for him. It is not okay that I pay to beta test your game. That is not okay. I should not be expected to pay for a year and a half of beta so that I can get 6 months of a workable fucking game, which is usually how it works with World of Warcraft. It sucks until 0.3 and then it's good. So basically, I paid all this fucking money so that I can have 6 months of a relatively good game before we go back to fucking beta test. Now we're back in beta test. This is great. Now I'm going to wait again, all fucking expansion, right up until the 0.3 so that I can play a good game. That is not okay. Right in the spot, and after the expect, they do it all over again and don't use any of the good things they made before. So that's the problem. We beta test the things, and then as soon as they work, they get replaced. What's the point of the beta testing? I mean, okay, if you're going to make every single fucking expansion a prolonged beta test, at least keep the shit that we just beta tested for you. You know what this is? This reminds me. Imagine you're working in a factory, right? Imagine you're working in a factory. Your job is to make a car, right? And so you do that. You go in the morning and you start putting this car together, right? You put on the you build the fucking frame of the car, you put on the wheels, you put on the body, you put on the fucking doors, you put on the steering wheel, you connect all of the electronics, you spray paint it nicely. It is perfect. And then your boss comes in with a fucking jackhammer and just smashes it. Like, literally just fucking reduces it back to its own parts and goes, again. How would you feel? This is literally what Blizzard does. We take painstakingly long to beta test their game for them, constantly telling them this sucks, this needs to be fixed. Finally, it gets fixed, and then they just fucking destroy it. Next expansion comes, and they learn none of the lessons. They just move the fuck right back to the drawing board. Here we go again. More fucking testing. Let's do this. It's one of the reasons I stopped playing. I can't fucking take it anymore. Same shit every expansion where we never move forward. We never move forward. We just repeat the same mistakes again and again and again. Blizzard keeps selling us the same fucking game. And you want to know the truth? The only reason all of these systems exist, as I said yesterday, is to sell the game. You see, because they know that they'll be able to put all of those systems on a fucking advertisement and people will be like, oh, ooh, that sounds fun.
Even consider spending the next 6 months of my time, however long it takes for 9.2, to moan about this game, because it just comes across that you don't care anyway. When I see changes like this, it's like, well, you don't care, so why the fuck should I care? Right? If you can't tune legendaries before a patch comes out, or domination shards, or the soulbinds, which are all completely out of whack.
The fucking tuning and balancing of this game as well, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, dude? When you have balancing patches that release and you see shit like 20%, 30% nerf, 40% nerf, 50% nerf, and you just go, did you even fucking math, bro? How do you know that a 50% nerf is what was required? I'll tell you what, when I still covered a lot of Warlock stuff, right? There were times where I would call stuff out, right? I remember at one point during Legion, I believe, right at the beginning of Legion, I called out, I believe it was Chaos Bolt, right? It was way too weak. Chaos Bolt hit for like fucking nothing. Blizzard then comes out with a buff to Chaos Bolt. They basically buff it to Hell and Gone. It turned into, I believe, almost 150% buff on Chaos Bolt, right? Because they not only buffed the base damage, but they also now buffed the mastery component to it. So now, and immediately I said, It's too much. This is too much. Destruction Warlocks are going to destroy on Cleave because they're basically going to get fucking... They're literally going to be able to get just incredible hits on 2 Chaos Bolts on 2 targets. This is too much. And then I think like a month later, Blizzard nerfs it by 40%. It's like, okay, so what the fuck? This is after all Warlocks then suddenly switched to Destruction and started gaining Destruction artifact shit because now Destruction is the best, right? Then they nerf it by 40%, and again, that's too big of a nerf. Now Destruction is at the bottom again. And it's like, okay, wait. The buff should have been like 20% at most to Chaos Bolt. It was hitting not quite hard enough, but it wasn't hitting like fucking 200% not enough. You buff it by 150%, and then you nerf it by 40%. Make up your fucking mind to what you wish to do here. That's the issue with Blizzard. It's all just sort of they're basically just moving the fucking sliders up and down. It's like a toddler that got into the control room. I'll buff this by 100%, I'll nerf it by 50. I'll buff this by 200%, I'll nerf it by 20. How do you know that's what you should do? We'll figure it out. Like, the players will complain, and when they complain enough, we'll just move another fucking button around. You do realize that this is time. You do realize that players put actual real-life fucking time into this. If you just willy-nilly change shit around, you waste players' actual literal fucking time. But no. What was this? There was a thing at the beginning of this patch. Some massively overpowered thing. The people were farming their fucking asses off to get their hands on. And then Blizzard just nerfed it on the day of the launch. Or like a couple of days after the launch, Blizzard just nerfed the hell out of it. Was it a trinket or something? Like, people were working their asses off to get their hands on this trinket. After they get the trinket, everyone's like, oh my god, thank fuck. Whew, I have the trinket. I'll be doing good DPS now. Blizzard nerfs it. And it's like... I wasted all this time. It is literally the equivalent of you asking a girl out on a date. She says yes, the date goes well. You're pretty sure it's going to be score time. And then she tells you, all right, I have to go. My husband is waiting for me. What was I doing here? I literally just wasted my entire night thinking that we were going to get it on. You didn't think to tell me you're married? Happily so, I might add. This is literally what this is. This is what Blizzard does to us every single fucking time.
Black. Why the fuck should I care? Why should...
Lamphere, that's such a good point. That is such a good fucking point. You are effectively just left with those two options. And both of them effectively equate to Blizzard doesn't care, so why should I?
And I don't anymore. It's run out of me. You've killed my passion for this. You've absolutely killed it. I was presented with two options, which is either I spend the next 6 months bitching and moaning, which is somebody who just wants to make videos that essentially not for free because we're supported by you guys financially. And we hope you continue to do that. But my channel was demonetized and the rally of support was entirely because we wanted to keep pushing because we loved the game and we wanted to make these videos.
Wait, I need to hear this again because I didn't hear it the first time and I fucking missed it again.
Make videos that essentially not for free because we're supported by you guys financially. And we hope you continue to do that. But my channel was demonetized and the...
When was Preacher's channel demonetized? Can someone tell me when this happened? why would Preacher's channel be demonetized? It's not like he does anything wrong. But demonetized for what? YouTube, because the word war is any stuff? No, but I have the word war in my stuff, and I am monetized. And I do want to say as well, now this is not saying that his channel isn't demonetized, but I will say this. I was watching this video on my mobile phone, right? I was watching this video on my mobile phone and I got ads on his channel. 3 or 4 ads. Now, before you go, oh my God, is he lying to us? Is he fucking lying to us? YouTube still reserves the right to advertise on your channel even when you are not monetized. So it could be that this is YouTube's ads. So they think, hey, it's fine if we advertise on his channel, he just doesn't get a cut. Because they do actually say that in their TOS. In their TOS, they make it clear, even if you are demonetized, we can still monetize your channel. We can still show ads there. Channel, but way less than the normal rates. There is a monetized pre-review option, right? I'm not entirely sure. I've never seen that. The session could also have been temporary for him, but I have no idea. Maybe it was temporary because it did happen to me as well. So about 2 years ago, during the Legion shit, my channel got hit with so many demonetizations. Like every single video got hit by a fucking demonetization. Every single one of them. And I kept asking YouTube, why? What am I doing wrong? I'm covering a video game. And then they would always overturn it. But by then you had all the views already. Everyone already watched the video. So now it's no longer fucking like, why are you even trying? So it happened to me as well. But it hasn't happened in literal years, right? I've not been demonetized. Yeah, almost fucking ever.
Rally of support was entirely because we wanted to keep pushing because we loved the game and we wanted to make these videos. We wanted to talk. I want to talk, sit here and nerd out with you about
Victor Vile, that's unfortunately the best way for content creators to do it now, which is actually something I kind of hate. I don't like that that's the best way for us to do it because I don't think it's a smart business model to monetize your own community. Like, it's fine, but it's not a smart business model. Advertisements is, as far as I'm concerned, much better because there's big companies that want to advertise, let them advertise. Your community shouldn't be the ones that basically monetize you. But this is one of the reasons I put so much effort into Patreon. It's one of the reasons I stream. Although, granted, not the biggest reason why I stream, because Twitch takes a shit ton of money anyways, so it doesn't really matter, right? But it's one of the reasons you have to do so many other things is because you never know when things are going to disappear, right? Like, YouTube could step in tomorrow and say, we don't like gaming content anymore, fuck you. And then you're done. If your community doesn't step up and sort of then support you, well, your career is over. Move on. Missy, how you doing?
about World of Warcraft endlessly. I want to do that because usually we're talking about great, fun stuff. Little fun builds we can do. Classes that are more interesting than they seem to be. All that kind of stuff. And I'm passionate and care about doing those things. And all of that has been taken away.
Yes.
All of it.
Probably, don't know.
And it's been done lazily. It's done haphazardly. And believe me, to the devs who may watch this, I appreciate how hard 9.1 has been. I've seen all your tweets that you had to do entirely from home. I truly, truly appreciate how hard you had to do it. But at the end of the day, I'm a customer. And when I'm served a half-cooked steak...
this hit home for me. Because I had a comment like this not too long ago on one of my videos where someone said, bro, cut them some slack. They did this entire patch from home. Clearly, they didn't have enough time. And I thought to myself, I don't see how this is a me problem. I genuinely don't. How is you having to work from home and not being able to get the content out at a good standard my issue? If in fact, right, you knew that your content was not up to par, if in fact you knew that working from home was going to slow you down to the point where you were barely able to bring out a patch, then you have to stop charging me. Or you have to charge me far less, right? Because you know you're no longer making the content that's worth $15 a month. So then you drop the fucking price. Because if you thought that your content was worth $15, say 2 years ago, then you drop the fucking price by however much percent you need to get to what you think your content is worth now. But you can't keep charging me $15 a month, not give me content worth $15 a month, and then go, hey, but we were working from home. It's very hard, bro. Love and respect, bro. Love and respect. No, fuck you. You don't show me any love and respect, so why the fuck should I care? I don't care that your life is hard and you're working from home. Boo fucking who? We're all stuck at home. I can't use that as an excuse. I can't go, oh, you know what, guys, my state of mind, you know, since I can't leave the house, it's really fucking hard for me. I'm very depressed. Can't make content, but please keep giving me your money. No, you wake up every day and you make your fucking content because that's how you get paid. It's one of the reasons I actually do like YouTube and Twitch. It's the perfect example of how the free market should operate. If you don't work, you don't get money. Simple as fucking that. Simple as that. If you don't stream, people don't sub, you don't get money. Easy.
I don't want to eat it still. I don't care. Like, it's not... I don't care is the wrong word. But I'm not overly... It's not my issue that it was hard to get the meat or the oven's broke or whatever it might be. I still don't want to eat it. I understand that you work hard on it. I really do. And I wish it wasn't this way. But it is this way. It's absolutely this way. And so for that reason, we can't do it. So I hope that... I can go endlessly, because it literally... There's nearly everything in Shadowlands is the same. It's a missed opportunity. It's half developed. It's the bare bones of what it could potentially be. And it's just...
Kylie K, the next cinematic, I don't even know. Because I feel like the next cinematic is again going to give me a lot of things that I don't know. And a lot of questions where I need answers. But if I were to guess, I would like to see what the Sepulchre of the first ones is. Right? I would love to see what that is. Where it even is. Like what new places Blizzard going to pull out of their ass this time that I don't give a fuck about. I'm hoping that it's somewhere on Azeroth, because at least then I give a fuck about it. Because I do actually give a fuck about Azeroth. If this is on a different planet, it's just going to be another thing of great. Another place I don't care about, right? So that would be it. And also, I do think that at this point, and I need to ask, maybe I'm being too harsh, but is it wrong that I feel like at this point, working from home is no longer an excuse? Am I being too harsh here? What advice do you need, Jacob? How you doing? Alexander, how you doing? Thank you for the first time chat, both of you. Jesus, lexicons. Number one can call A group, no, number two can call AB. I run a software company, and we did better in 2020, not worse. Ace my brother, works for a data analysis company, and at first they did a lot worse, but then shit actually started picking up. I just don't think that you can. I don't think you can keep blaming it. Their issues are not work from home related, I'm sure. I agree. I don't think it's work from home related. It's an easy thing to blame. But then they have to explain to me, why was BFA such a cock up? BFA didn't suffer from working from home. Like, you didn't. Did you guys start preemptively working from home? Bombay, that would not be a good idea. You do know that the HQ, or the Texas HQ, is actually more involved with, like, there's a lot of sexual harassment in the Texas one. So, moving to Texas might not actually fix the problems that you think it's going to fix. It's a nightmare in Texas. They've actually started naming and shaming people in Texas. Yeah, I don't think it's a viable excuse anymore. You can't now say, oh, we're working from home, sorry that the next patch sucked. Bitch, please. You've been working from home now for a year and a half. You should get your shit together.
Sad to see so much lost potential going along with it. There's no end to the amount of subjects. So I think the Shards of Domination one is a prime example. So what are you going to see from us then? Well, there's a few things I still want to do because I care about them, and I think they celebrate the player. And I think that's the important distinction that we made in our team meeting where we decided this, because obviously it's extremely scary times. Because, you know, losing a lot of your audience, which is no doubt there are people who only...
Jacob, I do not understand what help you need. I mean, you said you paid off your car, you work, so... Drive to the airport. If 9.1 is a banger of a patch, despite being super delayed, players would be far, far more forgiving with it. Of course. Just ignore him, literally. Don't want to read his asinine comments. If his computers and blacksmiths while going to college.
Only care about World of Warcraft stuff. Fine. If that's the only game you ever want to see videos on, okay. Drama time is going to stay because that's a celebration of the players and the silliness that goes on in being anonymous in video games. We even include other games in that already. So drama time is going to stay. There are 2 projects with World of Warcraft I would like to finish, which I also...
Tuck Buckford? Rizal, why would you get banned? Tuck Buckford, I agree with you. If anyone else, if myself or Balula or anyone else said that they're going to quit, Blizzard would probably be like, thank God, right? But since it's Breach, this is big, right? Breach has been a fan of WoW for a long time. He's a hardcore raider. He's literally who this game is made for. There is no more casual content in WoW. It's literally made for the hardcore players because it's the only players that get any sort of love. When you have one of them finally deciding I've had enough, hopefully this wakes them the fuck up.
Believe celebrate the player. One is the Legacy series, and the fact that I no longer, because what I've been doing for months is I don't stream World of Warcraft. I stream 5 days a week, and we don't stream WoW because it's very boring to watch. So we do variety. So that meant that for the World of Warcraft stuff, I was then finishing the stream and playing 6 or 7 hours of World of Warcraft afterwards in order to create the YouTube content. I'm not going to do that now. So I can have that time back, focus on the Legacy series. And I really want to finish the When the Classes Were the Best series. We started that last week, and you guys...
Velisaro, so the thing with the casual players... So World of Warcraft is in a very safe spot, and I'm probably going to piss off some people by saying it, but you wouldn't be here if you didn't want to be pissed off. World of Warcraft, Blizzard is extremely lucky. You see, years and years and years ago, in the land of gaming, you had a massive group of non-gamers discover a game that turned them into Blizzard gamers, right? The vast majority of people that play World of Warcraft are not what I would consider gamers. Nimsol, thank you for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're not gamers. These are people who have only ever played either World of Warcraft, maybe one or two other Blizzard games they've given a try to, but they only play WoW. So they have no idea what a good game would look like, what a good game should be like. So what do they keep themselves company with? They do old content, right? They run old dungeons, old raids, hunting for the next mount, you know, maybe collecting some transmogs. So they're not actually interacting with the new game, right? Like, the new content doesn't matter to them because there is no new content for them to engage in. So they make the old content the content that they play. There is a point where that dies, right? You can only run old content for so long before you have everything that the old content could possibly give you. Right? As soon as the old content, as soon as you've gotten everything, that's done. That's over. That's okay. How you doing? I haven't really had a lot of sympathy for people with office jobs that had to work from home. Many larger and smaller companies have functioned during the pandemic and before it. I just sad and lazy that they had all this time to refine it and make it work, but I'm just ranting. That's okay. I agree with you, by the way. I have played Final Fantasy XIV, and what a fucking game. What a game. It was a casual. The game has been dying slowly. I have quit fully this year, but had been quitting in spurts over the years. Maybe I will return when it goes free to play, but I'm tired of giving Blizz money for nothing. More and more people is basically where you are now, Pete Skunk, just going, well, what's the fucking point? I'm giving them money, and I'm not really getting anything for my money.
I absolutely adored it, and it was fantastic. So I want to continue doing that. So I want to finish that series because I think it's super fun. And that entire series and the Legacy series is focused on the players' behavior with these specs and classes, and that's what I find really fun. And plus, I love making them. It's as simple as that. I love making them, and they're not relevant to what's going on in the current day World of Warcraft. It's nothing to do with them in any way. So some of you can say, well, you're not walking the fine line or whatever, but I don't care. That's what I want to make. On top of that, luckily, we've been producing or getting ready to launch a second channel. We always wanted this channel to be the World of Warcraft channel. Couldn't see a reason.
Yeah, you guys can go watch this if you want. Like, I wanted to show you just the first bit. He's now talking about the future of his channel, and the TLDR there is he's starting a second channel. Or he wanted to start a second channel, but they're actually now moving everything that they planned for the second channel to the first channel, right? So to his main channel. So yeah, for those of you that just wanted World of Warcraft content, Preach is probably no longer your guy. If you care about other content, Preach is definitely still your guy. Because you can imagine anything that Preach touches, it's going to be good. Preach is a very good content creator. So you can imagine that you're going to get good content from him regardless. It's sad that so many people is getting out. So many people want to get out. There's a very good chance that we're going to see more and more people sort of tapering off eventually. Just going into the fucking nether. Trying to play other games. I feel like I'm getting my $15 worth with Final Fantasy XIV. I haven't felt that way about WoW for over a year now. Final Fantasy XIV is absolutely ridiculously good. And yes, you do get your money's worth in Final Fantasy XIV. Abso-fucking-lutely. Actually, I sometimes, when I play Final Fantasy XIV, I almost feel like I'm winning. Like, I genuinely feel like I'm underpaying for considering what I'm getting from this game. It feels as if I'm actually scoring a little bit here. Like, I get this amazing RPG that is just huge for $15 a month. Like, holy shit. It's like basically free considering what I would pay for any other RPG. What's the story of Final Fantasy? It's difficult to do in 5 minutes. very difficult to do in 5 minutes. Yes, I'm only just into Heaven's Ward because I've been leveling a new class because I want to play Dark Knight, so I've been leveling my new class. And I've been doing a lot of fucking tower. I've been doing a lot of the tower. I don't know why I'm enjoying it so much, but I am. Which is their version of the their version of Torghast is actually very fun. But to actually Alex just did the lore perfectly. You're the hero. And not in the way that World of Warcraft does it. You are the hero. Without you, nothing gets done. You're part of every story. You are the story. You're not left wondering how the fuck did this happen. And the reason you can't wonder why did this happen is because you made it happen. You were there. You were part of how all of this got built. Right? Even their reruns, so whenever you have to redo a dungeon, they have an actual lore explanation for why this has to be redone. Like, they really try to treat everything with... Even if it's a silly explanation, it's an explanation that at least gives you a reason for being there again. Just cancel my sub on WoW. I didn't play anyway, but it's no longer for me, supporting my favorite game anyways. Freak, what are you going to play now? I was interested in checking out TBC Classic, but the Mad Cow season video is giving me second thoughts regarding the WoW token. Blizzard is going to turn the WoW token into a reality. Guaranteed. Final Fantasy fan. Robostall, it's not for everyone, right? And it sort of reminds me of... so, a lot of Fallout lovers, people who love Fallout, hate Fallout 76. And the reason they hate Fallout 76 is because it's more MMO-like. And the whole point of Fallout is, you know, you're alone in this world. It's sort of you against the world. It's it's this lone adventurer. And now you're put in this world with all other people. And you're like, nah, I don't want this. I don't want this. So that's probably why you don't like the MMO. Whatever you fell in love with in Final Fantasy, it's not in Final Fantasy 14, and therefore you can't really fall in love with it. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, that's me. I like my single player Fallout. Don't hurt me, Echo. Been raging, I'm not. Just to be clear, Fallout 76 have gone through massive changes, just by the way. They've added NPCs, they've got all manner of fucking new areas now with new storylines and new everything. So Final Fantasy, what the fuck? Fallout 76, according to many, is a pretty decent game now. I will never play it again, but you know, it is what it is. Main story and lore of Final Fantasy are awesome. C-Daz, how you doing, brother? I love Final Fantasy 14. As someone who's never played a single Final Fantasy game in my life, who was hesitant as fuck to play 14, I absolutely fell in love with it. C-Daz, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Really appreciate that. 20 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a similar status to D4, but not necessarily the fame. Gask, how you doing, brother? I see you discovered the new emote. Freak, I do appreciate the fact that I can provide you with all the lore. Final 14 suffers from dragged out narrative, and I hate it. I don't have time to waste. I used to. I wouldn't say it's dragged out. I love the narrative. I'm about to fight Garuda. Ooh, story's about to get good, minion. Story's about to get good. I heard about Preach. Damn, yeah. Seems to be an end of an era. See, as we just watched the video for Preach. Sathix, is that your favorite emote? Because the mods want it removed. Like, the mods have voted and they don't want that emote anymore. Like, we're replacing a shit ton of emotes. We've got some new emotes now, and we're basically going in and replacing even more of them. Please don't remove it. And now how we can save WoW once and for all. Please don't judge. Giant Rat Guy, let's hear this big brain theory of yours. Add a boob slider and make them big. How is... Okay, so a boob slider is not going to do anything for me. I don't have a single female character. So... how's that going to fix the game for me? Balloon business makes no sense. If they use souls for sustenance, why would she make Nalfs immortal for thousands of years after blessing the world trees, effectively taking them out of the cycle? Because it's her favorite people. And I think it has something to do with Azeroth, because they are supposed to be the defenders of Azeroth. That's all I can think. See the benefits of the slider? No. I want a boob slider. Okay, so who wants a boob slider in World of Warcraft? Let's see. Who thinks World of Warcraft requires a boob slider? Oh my god, you degenerate fucks. Absolutely disgusting sex fiends. All of you. All of you. I am disgusted. Doesn't make the game better still as a bad game. I want to be an attack helicopter. Gain weight sliders, please. All my female tunes are coming up. I mean, I'm fine with body sliders that allow for many different body types. Me too. I'm filthy degenerate, sir. Give us a crotch slider, then we can talk. Again, not really something that would interest me. Who gives a fuck? I want big boobs. I go to bathtubs and bitches section. Just imagine the boob slider on pandas. Look, I'm female and straight, but even I got entranced when I noticed my Balf's boobs jiggle when she's crafting. As a female, I want boob slider, compensating, of course. Hey, I'm not judging, but you are degenerate. All of you are degenerate as fuck. Not judging you, because I'm a degenerate fuck as well. But, you know, truth is truth. Might be weird, but every time there is a boob slider in a game, I make the boob smaller than the standard setting.
You look like you've lost some weight. That's terrible.
I really want Panda Warlock. I don't know why pandas cannot be Warlock. Like, if you can be a mage, why can't you be Warlock?
Because pandas care about life. They care about life, they care about nature. Warlocks do none of those things. For a panda to be a warlock, the panda would basically have to be against everything the pandas stand for. So that's why pandas cannot be warlocks, because warlocks destroy. They do not preserve. They have no interest in preserving fuck all. What was I saying before? Oh, so I don't really customize characters at all. I just hit the random button a couple of times, go, that works, and then move on with my fucking life. Mixim, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't give a fuck about customization at all. I want an elephant warlock that shoots shadow bolts out of each trunk. I don't want that. Let's not make the game fucking ridiculous. It's already bad. We don't need a ridiculously bad game, right? Okay, here's the thing, guys. Before we start talking about all the things we need in World of Warcraft, let's fix the game first. And then once the game is fixed, we can start talking about adding shit. If you guys start giving ideas now, there might be a developer in this chat. The developer sees it and goes, you know what, guys, we can fix this by just adding boob sliders. Let's not give them ideas. For now, let's stick with fix the fucking game. Once the game is fixed, we can start giving them ideas about what to add and what not to fucking add. You guys are giving them all sorts of ideas that's going to allow them to find an easy way fucking out of this. Just like I'm gonna find an easy way out of the stream right now because I have to go to the fucking gym. I only had like 30 minutes or some shit last night to gym because I didn't realize the gym closes earlier because my government is under lockdown again. So I have to go a little bit earlier so that I can actually fucking exercise. It was actually quite weird. We literally just started working out, and the guy over the intercom, he goes, please take note, ladies and gentlemen, the gym will be closing in 25 minutes. The gym will be closing in 25 minutes. I'm like, I just got here. What the fuck? So it was like fucking, we started supersetting. So we just did like a shit ton of things in superset so that we could get as much done in 25 minutes as humanly possible. So yeah. How's the situation in South Africa? My government is still stupid. That's the situation here. We can talk about that tomorrow if you guys want. I could become a real life streamer by recording in gym. Oh, I would love that. I don't have the technology for it, but I would actually fucking love it. CCS, did you not know? We're on lockdown the whole time. Like, the gym isn't changing their time at the minute, even though technically, we now have curfew at 10, right? The gym is keeping it at 8 because they don't know when it's going to go back. So to keep it some sort of semblance, they said, we'll just stick with 8 for now. Because next month, we're probably going to go back to fucking 9 curfew, which I don't understand. Here's a big question for all of you in chat. First of all, I don't quite understand curfew, right? Is it that the virus just sort of stops? Like, it only starts working after a certain time? I don't know. It's a very clever virus, this. But, so, last month, my government decides to change the curfew from 11 p.m. to 9 p.m. All right. For some reason, 9 p.m. is a good time now. For some reason. I don't know. Now, they've decided to move it back to 10 p.m. What's that hour difference going to fucking achieve? Can someone explain to me? What is that hour difference? How many people get infected between fucking 9 and 10? I don't... That hour makes no sense to me. But every month it's a new fucking thing. I literally now have an app on my phone to see when the fuck when does the curfew start, because it changes every week. Maria, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. None of this makes sense. They ban alcohol. Like, alcohol is now allowed again. Wasn't allowed last week. Then they ban restaurants, so restaurants can't seat people. They can only do takeaways. Not even outside, even if the restaurant is outside, even though there's literally never been a single person infected in the open air. Like, literally, they've done the tests on this. People do not get infected in open air because the virus needs a closed space so that it can build up enough of itself so that it can actually infect you. It's sort of weird. It's just these weird rules that you just sort of go, I don't get these rules. Yes, we did go through them. They will be up on the Clips channel. So for those of you that don't know, there is a Clips channel that you can join. Let me just quickly, I'll give you the link to the Clips channel. The Clips channel is where we upload,
You know, it's...
technically, actually all of the topics that we discuss throughout a stream goes onto the Clips channel. I'll give you guys the link to it in case you want to follow it so you don't miss anything. There you go. All right, so fuckload of this just got posted. Yes, Perpetrator. We do about 2 to 3 videos a day. I have like 20 plus videos that still have to be released on that channel. So you get about 2 to 3 videos a day. It's small videos. Most of them is under 10 minutes. Just so that you can, you know, if you miss something, you can just quickly listen to it. I'm looking here now, 6 minutes, 8 minutes. So it's short videos just to enjoy. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for spending your morning, your afternoon, or your evening with me. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. As always, I will be back tomorrow with another stream right here on Twitch. Same time, same place. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one. Peace out, fam.